A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
And now, the life of Mary Sothern. Time is standing still for Mary. The dramatic events of the past few days, including the public recognition of Max's heroism in the prison fire, have lost all meaning. The town of Sanders, the friends and neighbors, have become unreal to Mary, non-existent. There's only one fact, one reality, which is pounding at her brain, demanding that she accept it. The fact that her lovable madcap husband, Max Sanders, is critically ill. But her devoted friend, Dr. John Benson, has warned her that the end may come at any moment. The end of the life of the man Mary loves. The end of the world. It is early morning. In response to a terrifying summons from Dr. John Benson, Danny Stradford has borrowed a neighbor's car and has driven Mary and his invalid wife, Phyllis, to see Max. They are just entering the hospital.
Now. Here you are, Phyllis. Now hold tight.
Oh, Danny, I'm too heavy for you.
What are you trying to do? Insult me? Don't you know your own husband's strength? Go on ahead, Mary. We'll be right behind you.
All right, Danny. Oh, Mary, I can't believe Max is so sick. Do you think he'll know us?
I don't know, Phyllis. When I talked to him yesterday, his mind wandered. Kept talking about a dream. A dream about my future. That seemed more real to him than I did.
Gosh, Mary, if it's not fair. Well, Max can't die. Why, he's got everything to live for. He's a hero. Everybody waiting to congratulate him. And only last night the paper said the governor was sure to pardon him.
Yes, Max has everything to live for. Oh, look, there's John down the corridor beckoning to us to hurry.
Oh, Mrs. Sanders.
Yes?
You're Mrs. Max Sanders?
Yes, sorry, but I can't stop to talk.
I thought I guessed right. The hospital clerk described you as good-looking. There couldn't be two like you in this town. My name's Fuller, feature writer for National News Service. They won't let me interview your husband about the pardon, so I thought...
The pardon?
Golly. Say, has the governor pardoned Max?
Sure, I got a flash on it an hour ago.
Oh.
Now, Mrs. Sanders, our readers want to know your...
Now, here comes John. He's beckoning to
I
us.
can't talk to you now. My husband is very sick. I must go to him.
Why, it is a statement. I'll write the story.
Won't you please stop bothering me?
Mary, Max is calling for you. Please, hurry.
I've got a deadline to meet, Mrs. Sanders. Just a statement. You're thrilled to death over the good news or something.
I'll give you more than a statement if you won't get out of here fast.
Oh, tough guy, huh?
Yes, when it's necessary.
Well, can't you tell me she's pleased about the pardon? Yeah, we're ready to give her $1 million worth of publicity. Feature story, picture, life history.
Haven't you strange enough to see this in no time to bother her with questions?
Say, is Sanders as sick as all that? On the level? Life hanging on the balance? A day's pardon come through? I won't be sorry, Mrs. Sanders. I didn't realize the situation, or I wouldn't have been so persistent. Well, thanks, Doc. This is a great story now. I knew I'd get one if I stuck around long enough.
Sorry this had to happen, Mary.
It's all right, John. Let's hurry.
Gosh, if I wasn't holding you, Phyllis, I'd have taken a poke at that guy.
Come, let's go in. Here, Danny, put Phyllis in this wheelchair. I had them leave it here at the door.
Okay. There you are, Snugger-Bugger. Comfy?
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Mary, I must talk to you and Phyllis before you go in to see Max.
Yes, John?
I don't know any way to break the news gently. I'll have to give it to you. Well, like this. Max is sinking fast.
No, John, no, I don't believe it.
Can't be true. You can't mean that Max is dying.
God. Max can't die. He's got to live. He's going to live.
I hope so, Mary. Come on, Danny. Follow us. Max's room is just down the hall.
Okay, Doc. We'll be right behind you.
Oh, Danny, I can't let Max see me cry. But I never dreamed he was so sick.
Chin up, honey. Look at Mary. She's not crying.
No, she's braver than I am. There. I think I'll stop.
Here we are. We'd better go right in.
Is it all right to tell Max about the governor's pardon, John?
I'm afraid it won't make any difference one way or the other, Mary.
Oh, he looks so thin.
Max.
much time left to tell it.
I'm listening to you, Max.
Oh, so you are. You're right here with me. Ain't you, Princess?
Yes, Max. And Phyllis and Danny come to see you, too. Look, see Phyllis in the wheelchair?
Wait. I'll push the chair over close to the bed so Phyllis can talk to you, Max.
Hello, Max. You're looking fine.
Feeling swell, sis.
Yes, Max, we thought maybe we could take you home with us today, but, well, the doc thinks maybe we better wait a few days.
Good old John knows best.
Danny's getting stronger every day, Max. He carried me in from the car as if I were a baby.
Ain't you walking yet, Phyllis?
No, but John says he thinks I'm getting better.
Sure, yeah. You and Danny gonna have long, happy life together. Ask old Max. He knows. Mary, can't see you. Getting dark in here. Don't let him pull down the shades. Can't see you.
I'm screaming. I'm right here beside you, darling. Where I'll always be.
You and me together.
Yes, dear, always. Oh, Miss darling, we're going to be so happy. There's so much to live for. So many wonderful things have happened. And Max, the governor's granted your pardon.
That's nuts, Max. Pardon.
This isn't her. Let me look at her.
It's all right, John. It's all right. You tell him things will be all right.
Of course, everything's going to be all right, darling. You and I together. Back in our little house. Sitting by the big log fires we used to. Nice and warm. And it's cold.
No, Toots. Can't turn back. Gotta look ahead. Mary, I can't see you. So dark here. Dark as night.
I'm right here, darling. My face close to yours. Touching your cheek. Feel it?
Nice, soft cheek. Listen, Mary. Gotta listen. Tell Phyllis, Danny, John to listen too. Not much time left.
We listen, Max. Johnny shouldn't talk so much today. He's so tired.
Let's try to tell you something, Mary.
Now it's light again. Daylight. I can see everything now. I see things I never saw before. Always was a dumb sort of a guy. Too dumb for a girl like Mary.
No, Max.
Mary, talk to her.
Mary, I tried to be the man you thought I was. Guess it just wasn't in me.
Oh,
Listen. Just trying to tell you. Important. Very important. Everything's clear now. Gotta show you what I see now. Look. Down that road. Way down there. That's you, Mary. All alone. You're afraid. That's because you can't see ahead. Mary, I'm trying to show you. If you can only see, it's happiness for you, too. It's happiness you didn't have with me. Don't be afraid, Mary. I'll be with you till you find the way. I won't leave you, Mary. Don't be afraid.
Max, speak to me. Max.
Doc, can't you do something? He's beyond our help now, Danny.
He's dead. Max is dead. Max, darling, it's Mary. Speak to me, please. I'm right beside you. Just you and I.
Mary, dear. Max can't hear you.
now.
Oh, Mary, don't you understand? Max is dead.
No. I can't believe it.
No. Max isn't dead. Didn't you hear him say he wouldn't leave me?
Mary, dear, please.
But, John, you don't understand it. It's not true. Max hasn't gone. I don't believe it. I'll never believe it.
It's true, Mary. True beyond the shadow of a doubt. Your love for Max, great as it is, can never restore him to this world. We, too, are helpless. Words are inadequate at a time like this. But our sincerest thoughts and deepest sympathy are with you.
Palmolive Soap, your beauty hope, and Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous dream girl hair bring you Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden. Like many of her colleagues in the teaching profession, our Miss Brooks, Madison High School's English teacher, watched the year 1948 come to an end with mixed emotions. As she puts it,
although the year didn't start off brilliantly or develop too sensationally, it certainly wound up in a blaze of nothing. Of course, I did enjoy my 2 weeks vacation. In fact, I spent most of the money I was going to borrow in the next 3 months. The afternoon of New Year's Eve, Friday, December 31st, for those that still can't remember, I was chatting with my landlady, Mrs. Davis.
Well, Connie, I guess you've got big plans for this evening.
Frankly, I haven't got any plans at all, Mrs. Davis. Of course, I do have a date with the bashful biologist.
Mr. Boynton, what are you going to do, Connie?
Probably the same thing we did last year. Pool our money and go to Hip Sings for dinner. Fine way to spend New Year's Eve. 2 Americans go to a Chinese restaurant, Dutch. What are you going to do, Mrs. Davis?
Oh, I'm going to visit my sister Angela. She's so absent-minded, poor thing. She'll probably be surprised to see me, although it was only last week that she invited me over.
What time do you think you'll be leaving, Mrs. Davis?
Leaving? For where?
For your sisters.
For my sister's what?
For your sister's house.
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me, Connie. I've been making up my New Year's resolutions, and that's the first thing on the list. I've resolved to correct Angela's absent-mindedness.
Angela's absent-mindedness. What else is on the list?
What list?
Maybe I'd better talk to Minerva the cat for a while. We were talking about New Year's resolutions, Mrs. Davis.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention, Connie. Tell me the rest of your resolutions.
Well, first of all, I've resolved not to... What resolution? We were speaking of yours, Mrs. Davis, and before you say my what, I'd like to ask you again the question I asked when we were both younger. Namely, when are you going over to your sister's house?
Maybe you better not go out tonight, Connie. You sound very strange.
It's just the way you're listening. Or are you, Mrs. Davis?
Of course I'm Mrs. Davis. Now, you lie down and let me fix you some hot tea.
I don't want any hot tea. I just want an answer.
Meow.
Thanks, Minerva. Now, about this evening, Mrs. Davis...
Hello, Minerva. Want some milk, dear? I'll get you some in a minute. You were saying, Miss Brooks?
This evening? Your sister's house?
Yes, I'm going over there tonight.
I know, Mrs. Davis.
Right away, Minerva.
What time, Mrs. Davis?
It's, 4:45 now, but I'm always Get away from those curtains, Minerva. I'll fetch your saucer right away. Keep an eye on her, will you, Angela?
I'll be glad to, Connie. Come on, just hop into my lap, Mrs. Davis.
Meow.
There's a good dog. This is getting contagious. Oh, coming. Excuse me, Minerva. Why, it's Monsieur Monet. Come in.
Merci, mademoiselle. Thank you. It's nice you remember me.
Remember you? Why, Monsieur Monet, you're Madison High's favorite French teacher.
For that, Miss Brooks, permit me to kiss your hand.
Well, let's not give the other hand the complex.
Certainly not.
Shall we go into the living room?
I trust that I'm not arrived at, how you say, inopportunity time.
What? Oh, no, this is very opportunity time. Won't you sit down, Monsieur Monet?
Oh, thank you, Miss Brooks. But now that I'm teaching in America, I would appreciate it if you would call me in America.
All right. What's your number?
No. I mean, call me Mr. Monet instead of Monsieur.
Oh, certainly.
Here you are, Kitty. Here's a nice saucer of... Oh, I didn't know anyone had come in.
This is Mr. Monet, Mrs. Davis, our new French teacher at Madison.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Monet?
How do you do, Mrs. Davis? I kiss your hand, madame.
I'll hold your saucer, madame.
A lovely lady with a lovely hand.
Meow. Stick out your paw, Minerva. You're next.
If Mr. Monet came over to see you, Connie, I'm sure he doesn't want to talk to Minerva. I'll just take her into the kitchen. Come along, dear. There's a good kitty. Come drink your milk out here. So nice to have met you, Mr. Monet.
Likewise, I'm sure. She's very nice, your Mrs. Davis. But why she run away so fast? In the words of some of my pupils, why she took some powder and put it on the lamb.
Took some powder? Oh, you mean she took a powder or took it on the lamb?
Mais oui. She flew out of here like a bat out of...
Mr. Monet. You're learning faster than you're teaching. Now, Mrs. Davis was just being tactful. I guess she thought you wanted to be alone with me.
Alone with you? But why, Miss Brooks? I'm a married man.
Oh, I know, but Mrs. Davis doesn't know about your wife, Mr. Monet.
Oh, Miss Brooks, I don't know what plans you have made for New Year's Eve, but my wife, Elaine, and I would be very flattered if you would join us.
Well, thanks, Mr. Monet. I'm flattered that you should ask me. But as far as I know, Mr. Boynton is taking me out tonight.
Oh, then you both must come. You see, this is not an ordinary party, Miss Brooks, although we're all going to wear evening clothes and try to have the best possible time. Elaine and I, we realize that among school teachers, there are very few, how do you call it, malted millionaires?
Some of us are too thick to drink with a straw. What you're trying to tell me is that the evening won't cost much money. Is that right?
Oh, it will cost you no money, Miss Brooks, but there is an admission charge.
Kind of blood?
No, just some old clothes. You see, I am in charge of a committee to send clothing to the poor people in France. Any sort of clothes would do, Miss Brooks. Anything that is made of cloth.
Why, that sounds like a wonderful idea, Mr. Monet. I'll be delighted to come.
And Mr. Boynton, do you speak for him as well?
Mr. Boynton has been spoken for many times. The trouble is he doesn't answer. Oh, you mean about tonight? Yes, Mr. Monet. I feel sure I can speak for Mr. Boynton.
Oh, fine. I'll be leaving then.
I'll walk you to the door, Mr. Monet.
Oh, my address is 9066 Shoreham Drive. Try to get there before 10. And I'm sure that as my students say, we will have a ball.
I'm sure that we will.
Yes, until tonight then, Miss Brooks. Stay in the groove.
Oh, Natch, Mr. Monet, Natch. And Mr. Monet.
Yes?
Don't take any wooden francs.
Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, will return in just a moment. But first, here is Vern Smith. Ladies, regardless of age, skin type, or previous beauty care, doctors prove you, too, may win a lovelier complexion with Palmolive soap.
But to win this lovelier complexion, the kind men admire and women envy, you must stop improper cleansing. Instead, use Palmolive soap the way doctors advised.
Remember, 36 doctors, leading skin specialists, advised 1,285 women, many with complexion problems, to use Palmolive this way. Some have dry skin, some oily, some coarse-looking. using Palmolive soap alone. 2 out of 3 won lovelier complexions. Now, here's what the doctors advised.
Wash your face with Palmolive soap. Massaging for 1 minute with Palmolive's soft lather. This cleansing massage brings your skin Palmolive's full beautifying effect. Rinse. Do this 3 times a day for 14 days.
It's that simple. But doctors have proved this way, using nothing but Palmolive, really works. So forget other beauty care. Use Palmolive soap alone for a lovelier complexion.
For loveliness all over, use big, thrifty bath-size Palmolive in your tub or shower.
After Mr. Monet left, I tried to get Mr. Boynton on the phone to tell him about the invitation. But ours is a party line, a 4-party line to be exact, and every time I picked up the receiver, it was in use. Always careful not to lose my temper, I sat by the phone and drummed lightly on the top of the table until my 5 fingernails were impaled in the mahogany. Then I tried it once more.
As sure as my name is Lucy Schofield, that's the only way to treat men, Emma. Believe me, if I had to do it all over again, Emma, excuse me a minute, dear. I think I smell my roast burning in the kitchen.
Now, that's a coincidence, Lucy. I smell my grapes burning in the living room. Hang up now. I'll call you back. So much for Emma and Lucy. I'll try it again. Oh, it worked. At least I can dial now. I hope Lucy doesn't think Emma was kidding her.
Happy New Year, Daisy. Is Fred there?
This isn't Daisy, and Fred isn't here. Will you please get off the line?
What do you mean get off the line?
Just what I said. Get off this line.
Oh, Mrs. Telephone Company, huh?
Look, this happens to be a party line, and I happen to be the party using it at the moment.
Oh, well, that's different. If you want me to come to a party, I'll be glad to talk to you. My name is Frank Pollock. What's yours?
It doesn't matter. I only... Say, Frank. Frank, are you still there?
Sure, I'm still there. That was mighty nice of you to call me, Daisy. What I think of the way I treated you. The shameful, horrible way I treated you.
Don't cry, Frank. I had it coming.
No.
Now, will you please hang up? Your bottle is falling out of the chandelier.
Well, thanks, Daisy. You're a great girl. And tell Fred to give me a buzz when he gets in. Bye now.
He's getting an early start. When a body meets a body, he's had too much ride.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Boynton. This is Miss Brooks. I assume we still have a date for tonight.
Tonight? Oh, this is Friday, isn't it?
Yes, December 31st.
31st, eh?
Yes, you know, the day we celebrate the appearance of the first enchilada north of Laredo, Texas.
I know it's New Year's Eve, Miss Brooks. What are we going to do to kill a few hours together?
We'll think of something, you mad, impetuous boy. As a matter of fact, that's why I called. Mr. Monet and his wife are having a little impromptu party at their house, and they've invited us.
What kind of party?
Well, you have to have some old clothes, and then you should...
Hello? Is that you, Emma? I didn't quite understand you before.
No, this is not Emma. This is your friendly, cooperative party line neighbor.
Oh, the magpie.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Nonstop Nellie, the human dial tone. Now, will you please stop this filibuster and get off the line?
Well, the phone company will hear about this.
Are you there, Miss Brooks?
Yes, Mr. Boynton. As I started to tell you, although it's a formal party, we're supposed to have some piece of apparel that we can...
Happy New Year.
Oh, not again.
Who's that? Well, it's about time you got home, Fred.
That is not Fred.
Oh, it isn't, huh?
No, it isn't.
As Fred's oldest and closest friend, I demand to know who it is. Now, see here, old man. I'm not your old man. I don't even know where your old man is. I don't even know where my old man is. New Year's Eve, and I don't even know where my old man is.
We'd better hang up now.
You can't, Daisy. You can't hang up. Not without you telling me where my old man is.
Daisy.
Listen, Mr.
Nobody
Boynton.
wants to tell me where
All
my
you
old
have to
man
do
is.
is bring
People
some
are
old
cruel.
clothes
That's what
with
the
you.
trouble-
What's that?
They
I
don't
hardly
help other
hear
people.
you.
That's where their old
Put
man
on your
is.
tux, bring
But
some
I
old
thought you'd be
clothes,
different,
and pick
Daisy.
me up in a couple
Even
of
though I
hours.
gave you a pretty what deal, this friend come along and straighten you out.
I'll see you
Who
later.
introduced you to Fred? Tell me that. Who introduced you to Fred?
You did, Frank, and I love you for it. But if you don't get off this phone, I'll have you thrown out of the bar you're calling from.
Bar? Oh, is that where I'm calling from? Bless you, Daisy. You helped me find my old man. Sure, he's sitting on the stool next to me.
I better hang up now. Fred hates it when I talk to strangers. Oh, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, Connie.
I wonder if you'd give me a hand. I've been invited to a formal party tonight, and I just don't know what to wear.
Well, what have you got, Connie?
Oh, nothing. That is nothing but an old evening gown I've had for 5 years.
Well, come on into your room, Connie, and we'll look it over.
Here we are. It won't take long to find in my closet. Well, let's see. Here's a skirt and blouse. The suit I got 2 years ago. Here's one of the dresses I wear to school. Here's the other one. Oh, there we are. My pride and joy.
Why, that's real pretty, Connie. And look at the fringe.
Silly moths, they left the best part. While I'm in here, I'd better find something to donate as well.
Donate?
Yes, the price of admission to the party is some old clothing. I know I've got some because I've been wearing it.
Oh, dear, I forgot to tell you, Connie, but just last week when the Goodwill truck came around, they pick up old clothes, too, you know. I gave away everything of mine I could possibly spare.
Well, that's all right, Mrs. Davis. You're not going to the party.
I know, but I also gave away a big bundle of your stuff. You had it lying in the closet, and
Mrs. Davis, that was for the cleaners. I had some of my newest clothes in that bundle. 1945 stuff.
I'm sorry, dear. Maybe you can borrow some old clothes to give.
Well, I guess I'll have to. I know. I'll go over to the Conklin's. He's got one suit I know could use an ocean voyage.
It's Miss Brooks. Come on in.
Thanks, Harriet. Are your folks at home?
Mother's out shopping, but Daddy's upstairs taking a nap. Come on into the living room, won't you? Walter Denton and I were just playing Pass It. Look who's here, Walter.
Well, if it isn't my favorite English teacher. Sit down, Miss Brooks. Harriet and I were just playing Pass It.
So she told me. What's Pass It?
Oh, it's a game we read about. Lots of high school kids play it. All you do is take a piece of Kleenex and hold it to your nose by sniffing. And then with both hands behind your back, you pass it down a long line of kids by sniffing it away from your neighbor.
Oh. Sounds fascinating. But where's the long line of kids?
Oh, it's just as much fun with the two of us.
Mort.
Yeah, it saves wear and tear on the Kleenex, too.
Harriet and I go steady. That's why I'm here. But what brings you to the dread sanctum sanctorum of your school principal during a holiday?
Please, Walter. You make Daddy sound like an ogre.
Yes, Walter. Just because Mr. Conklin is my superior at school is no reason for me to live in dread of him.
Harriet!
What is it, Daddy?
Try to be a little more quiet, can't you? I've got to get some sleep.
Sorry, Daddy. We'll be more careful. I don't think now is a good time to tell him you're here, Miss Brooks. You see, he's going to a big party tonight and wants to get some rest.
Well, then maybe you kids can help me out. I've just got to get some old clothes somewhere right away.
Why, Miss Brooks? The ones you've got on look fine.
Thanks, Walter, I think. But I'm talking about clothes I can donate.
Golly, Miss Brooks, Mother just gave away every stitch we could possibly spare to the Salvation Army. Wait a minute. Daddy's new tuxedo is being delivered today. And he's got an old suit of evening clothes that I'm sure Mother would love to see given away.
Say no more, Harriet. Do you think you can get it without waking your father?
Oh, sure. It's right here in the hall closet. Here it is, Miss Brooks. This is the suit Daddy wore when he first became a principal.
Let me look at that. I'll bet he was a sensation in these tales.
What?
There are 3 of them.
Let's see. Oh, that's just where one of them is torn. You could patch that up in a jiffy.
Thanks very much, Harriet. It's cloth anyway. Well, I'll be getting along home now. Mr. Boynton's picking me up soon, and I've got to see if my evening gown still fits me. I've had it for over 5 years.
I think that's nice, Miss Brooks.
What's nice, Walter?
How you and your evening gown have grown old together. Well, not that you're falling apart at the seams or anything. I mean, well, to me, you're still all wool and a yard wide.
You have just failed in English for 1949. Would you care to try for 50?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Conklin?
Yes, who's this?
This is Kane from Kane's Classy Cut Clothes with 4 Ks.
Oh, yes. Where's my tuxedo, Kane? You promised it to me by 5 o'clock, and it's 10 of now.
Oh, that's what I'm calling about, Mr. Conklin. I can't get the suit to you by 5 o'clock.
You can't? Well, then when will it get here?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday? But I've got a very important party to attend tonight.
Now, please, Mr. Conklin, don't yell at me. Yell at the Hotel Makers Union. They went out on strike yesterday.
But isn't there something you can do? Somebody who can fix it?
Calm yourself, Mr. Conklin. Even if I gave the suit to another shop to be finished, it wouldn't do any good. The buttonhole boys went out in sympathy.
But how could you... Well, why do you... When did this...
No,
how
take
were
it
you
easy,
able...
Mr. Conklin. Take it easy. My blood pressure is just as high as yours. So let's be good to ourselves and exercise some control.
Control? But how can I... What will I... Even if I have...
Now, there's no use for both of us aggravating. Goodbye, Mr. Conklin. Happy New Year.
Harriet!
Yes, Daddy, we're here in the living room.
Harriet, I've had a great disappointment. My tuxedo... Hello, Denton.
Conklin, we're playing Pass It. Want to sniff this Kleenex off my nose onto your nose?
I can think of nothing more loathsome to do. Harriet, do you know where your mother put my old suit of evening clothes?
Your old suit, Daddy?
Yes. I've got to wear it tonight.
Oh, but that old evening suit isn't any good, Mr. Conklin. It would make you look like a head waiter in a cabaret.
A head waiter in a... That happens to be one of the finest dress
Please,
suits.
Daddy. I gave it to Miss Brooks just a little while ago. She and Mr. Boynton are going to a party where you have to bring some old clothes to get in.
What? That does it! Not only do my teachers openly flaunt my wishes about fraternizing, but they take my evening clothes along with them. Children, do you know what I'm going to do?
No, we don't. But I know one thing. If I was Miss Brooks, I'd hop in bed and pull the covers up over my head.
There, how does Old Faithful look on me, Mrs. Davis?
Lovely, Connie. And fringe is more popular than ever. It's amazing what a tuck here and a stitch there will do. About what time did Mr. Boynton say he'd be over?
About this time, Mrs. Davis. I'll get it. Good evening, Mr. Boynton. Won't you come in?
Oh, thanks, Miss Brooks.
Say, that's an interesting overcoat you have on. Raccoon, isn't it?
Yes. It's a relic of my college days. Do you mind if I hang it up here? It's pretty warm.
Go right ahead, Mr. Boynton. Then come on into the living room.
All right. Oh, there. That's better. Well, Miss Brooks, you certainly look lovely tonight.
Thanks, Mr. Boynton. You look... Mr. Boynton, I told you we were invited to a New Year's Eve party, didn't I?
Why, yes, you did.
Do you always go to a formal party in white flannels with a blazer and a beanie?
Formal, but you said you had to have some old clothes to get in. Some odd piece of wearing apparel is what you told me.
Oh, great. I hope your sneakers are vulcanized.
I don't understand, Miss Brooks. Just what kind of a party is this?
It's a formal party, Mr. Boynton, but the price of admission is some old clothes to be shipped abroad.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't usually go to parties on New Year's Eve.
You don't? Well, how do you like to spend the evening, Mr. Boynton?
Well, I usually have an early dinner, then catch the first show at the movies and hit the sack about 10:30.
What does your doctor say about such carrying on? Look, Mr. Boynton, I've already accepted for both of us, and... Wait a minute. I've got a dress suit that might fit you. Then we can bring the stuff you've got on as our admission. Just go into my room, Mr. Boynton, and take off those clothes.
Oh, Miss Brooks, what in the
You'll
world...
find a suit of evening clothes right on the bed. Please slip them on. Mrs. Davis.
Yes, Connie?
Have you finished sewing Mr. Conklin's tail together?
Just finishing now, Connie. Here it is, as good as new. It would make any head waiter proud. Oh, hello, Mr. Boynton. My, what a nice beanie. 3 propellers.
I wish you'd tell me what this is all about, Mrs. Davis.
Well, you're going to an ideal source for information. Just take this suit and put it on, Mr. Boynton, please.
Well, all right, Miss Brooks, but this is all highly irregular.
Now, Mrs. Davis, let's go into your room. I want you to fix my hair in the back. I'm wearing it up, you know, and it's not quite high enough.
My goodness, Connie, how high do you want it?
High enough so that I'll have to stand on a chair to pull it down.
Well, it doesn't fit too badly, I guess. Miss Brooks, I've got the suit on.
That's fine. I'll just be a few minutes. Oh, would you answer that, please, Mr. Boynton? Mrs. Davis is still rummaging in my scalp.
All right. Oh, well, it's Mr. Conklin. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I'd like a table down front, but not too near the drum. Oh, it's you, Boynton.
Yes, sir. Won't you come in?
No, I won't come in. Boynton, how did you... When did... Who gave you...
What are you doing? New Year's Eve, I'd swear that Mr. Conklin had come by. Oh, it is you, Mr. Conklin.
Miss Brooks, I demand the return of my evening clothes at once.
Your evening clothes?
I cannot tell a lie, Mr. Boynton. Take it off.
Take it off?
Take it off!
Well, don't just stand there, Mr. Conklin. Applaud a little.
Get ready, everyone. It's 12 o'clock. Turn up the radio. Well, Miss Brooks, nice party, no?
Oh, very nice, Mr. Monet.
Ah, but it's midnight now. The band is playing Auld Lang Syne, and everyone should be kissing someone. Where's your Mr. Boynton?
Oh, haven't you heard, Mr. Monet? He hit the sack at 10:30.
As our Miss Brooks returns in just a moment. But first...
Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl.
Tonight, show him how much lovelier your hair can look after a Luster Cream shampoo. Only Luster Cream brings you Kay Daumit's magic formula blend of secret ingredients plus gentle lanolin. Gives loveliness lather even in hardest water. Glamorizes your hair as you wash it. Luster Cream, not a soap, not a liquid, but a dainty cream shampoo. Leaves hair fragrantly clean, free of loose dandruff, glistening with sheen, soft, manageable. Gives new beauty to all hairdos or permanents. 4-ounce jar, $1. Smaller sizes, either tubes or jars. Tonight, try Luster Cream shampoo and be a
dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl. You owe your crowning glory to a luster cream shampoo.
And now, once again, here is our Miss Brooks.
Well, Mr. Boynton didn't show me such an exciting New Year's Eve, but we had another date the next day, today. After spending the afternoon at the zoo, we came back to my house. Do you mind if I turn on the radio, Mr. Boynton?
Oh, not at all, Miss Brooks, but I'm afraid I can't stay to listen to it.
Why not?
Well, actually, I didn't get into bed on New Year's Eve until 10 minutes of 11. I've got to catch up on my sleep.
And so, as Philip Boynton faded slowly into the west, I bade him farewell in true Zulu fashion by saying Tunga Lunga Bimba Lakta, which means, how can you leave now? Jack Benny has switched over to CBS.
Next week, tune into another Our Miss Brooks show brought to you by Palmolive Soap, your beauty hope, and Luster Cream shampoo for soft, glamorous dream girl hair. Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, is produced by Larry Burns, written and directed by Al Lewis, with music by Wilbur Hatch.
Men, do you shave with a lather or brushless shave cream? Palmolive shaving cream comes both ways, and whichever way you prefer to shave, you'll find that using either Palmolive brushless or Palmolive lather shaving cream can bring you more comfortable, actually smoother shaves. Here's the proof. 2,548 men tried the new Palmolive way to shave described on the tube. And no matter how they had shaved before, 3 out of every 4 got more comfortable, actually smoother shaves. Get Palmolive Brushless or Palmolive Lather Shaving Cream today.
For mystery liberally sprinkled with laughs, listen to Mr. and Mrs. North, the exciting, fun-packed adventures of an amateur detective and his beautiful wife. Tune in Tuesday evenings over most of these same stations. And be with us again next week at this same time for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks. Stay tuned now for Lum and Abner. Bob Lamont speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
A pack of Avalon cigarettes, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, just a moment, sir. Don't forget your change. You never guessed, but Avalon's cost you less.
Good evening. This is Del King saying welcome to Avalon Time with greetings from Red Foley and the entire company. But first tonight, we want you to meet a man who's fit as a fiddle, bow legs and everything, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel great tonight. I just got back to New York City where I finished my 3rd picture for Warner Brothers. Funny thing, every picture I make, they make me play the part of a simp.
That's the trouble with being a type.
Yeah. Hello there, microphone.
Well, Skelton, it's about time you spoke to me.
Well, I'm sorry, Mike. Gee, really, I don't know what to say.
Say something funny for a change.
Listen, I don't say. I have to say funny things to make people laugh.
No, not with a face like yours.
Listen, I'm the best-looking one in my family. You can imagine what the rest of them look like. I got one brother that's so ugly, he's got a job standing in front of a drugstore to make people sick. I don't know why I'm telling you about my family, microphone. I came out to tell the folks about my trip to New York. I really had a lot of fun, too. I took a ride on the subway. You know what a subway is? It's a sardine can on wheels. But the one I was on wasn't so crowded. I had a strap all to myself. There was a lady got on, and I got up to give her my seat. And just as I got up, I said, "Would you have my seat?" She fainted. When she came to, she thanked me, and I fainted. Then I went over to Radio City, over to the RCA building over at Radio City to see that big building there. And what elevators? They've got elevators that take you 60 stories in 3 seconds. Sure does Rockefeller Center. Went over to 5th Avenue and saw the latest spring styles. Oh, boy, are the dresses short this year. Dresses this year are like a barbed wire fence. They protect the property, but they don't obstruct the view. I went down to the railroad station. I walked up to the information desk, and I said, "Have you got a fast train out of here for Cincinnati?" He says, "No, but we got a fast train out of here for Washington, D.C." I said, "Who wants to go to Washington?" He says, "Thomas Dewey." Could be. Play it, Phil. Could be.
flowers that bloom in the spring. Hello, Skelton.
Hiya, Peter Grant. What's this tra-la business, huh?
It's spring, Red. Beautiful spring.
I get it. Go ahead and spring it.
Yes, Red. In the spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of...
Avalon cigarettes.
Very good, Red. I see you, too, feel the call of spring. Feel that tremendous urge to travel on.
With Avalon. Let him laugh.
You took the words right out of my mouth,
Well,
Red.
if I know you, Peter, you'll put some more right back in again.
Right you are, Red. Avalons are extra smooth, delightfully mild, thoroughly enjoyable.
Okay, little girl. I'll buy your flowers. I mean, give me a pack of Avalons, please.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment, Mr. Skelton. Don't forget your change. You never guessed, but Avalon's cost you less.
Yes, 3 to 5 cents less than other popular price brands.
Keep punching there, Peter.
That's why millions are changing to Avalon, the outstanding cigarette value on the market today. Well, be seeing you, Red.
I know, a little later on in the program.
Oh, the flowers that bloom in the spring.
Old Peter Grant, an old fall guy with spring in his heart, huh?
Yes, friends, that's the yodel theme that usually introduces the singing star of Avalon time, Red Foley. But we're sorry to say that Red's not with us tonight. He's on the sick list, but we expect him back with us next week. And tonight, Kurt Massey not only takes Red's place, but sings the very songs originally scheduled. Kurt, a mighty fine audience would like to hear you sing Old Folks.
Everyone knows him as Old Folks. Like the seasons he'll come and he'll go. Just as free as a bird and as good as his word. That's why everybody loves him so. Always leaving his spoon in his coffee. Puts his napkin up under his chin. And that yellow cob pipe, it's so mellow it's right. You needn't be ashamed of him. In the evening after supper, what stories he would tell. How he held the speech at Gettysburg, Burlington that day. I know that one so well. Don't quite understand about old folks. Did he fight for the blue or the gray? For he's so diplomatic and so democratic. We always let him have his way.
Hello? This is the Skelton Mail Escort Service. If a man answers, we hang up. You want a fourth for bridge? I know just the dummy. I'll send Mr. Skelton right over.
Listen, I may be dumb, but I don't chase water wagons 3 blocks to tell the man his wagon was leaking. Oh, Miss Stillwell, how did the mail escort market open today?
Tall, dark, and handsome, preferred.
What comment?
Short, slow, and sloppy.
Yeah. How about that? Me running a one-man mail escort service all by myself. And to think my friends used to call me Stinky. Well, what's on the books for tonight?
Let's see. I have calls from 5 different ladies.
5? I don't think we can handle it.
Well, hire more escorts. You can't run a mail escort service and take all the dates yourself.
Oh, no? Well, you don't hear any of the women complaining, do you? Or do you? I'll take this. Hello, this is the wrong number.
Hiya, folks.
What's happened there? Oh, the mustache is here again.
Say, what's this mail escort service business? Sounds kind of tricky.
No, it's not. Women call up and usually want a date in a hurry, and we usually send me.
Well, Red, you might put me down on the list.
I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of that mustache, Del.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't see why. There's something romantic about a mustache.
Yeah?
Just think of the good old days when America was fuller brushmen.
Hello, Corn. What do you hear from the... Oh.
Nothing, but I'm all ears.
Oh, shucks. That ain't in here either. Well, you better not let that mustache grow too long. My grandfather had a mustache that was so long one day he was twirling it, and someone yelled contract, and he took off.
Okay, but listen, it's indecent for men to go around with their upper lips in the nude. Well, I'll see you later, Red.
Okay, Del.
You know, Del King's good looking. Maybe we should give his mustache a try.
I don't know. A mustache is pretty ticklish business.
Oh, hello, Mr. Skelton.
Oh, hello. How are you, Hercules? There's nothing today, Hercules. Call around later.
Well, my goodness, did I do something wrong the last time out? If anybody's got any complaining to do, it's me. That girl just danced me to smithereens. Why, when I got home, I was so tired I had to wash the dishes in bed.
Oh, aren't you the one?
Well, if there's no dates, I'll be seeing you. I feel just like Mahatma Gandhi. Just another day wasted away.
Ah, great fellow, that Hercules.
Hiya, Skelton.
Well, Phil Davis. Hiya, man.
Hiya, Phil.
Hello, Miss Stillwell.
Well, avid boy meets girl.
Say, Skelton, I'd prefer it if you would refer to me as a stylish stout. Anyway, I'm starting to reduce.
You are, Phil?
Yeah. And believe me, it's time to reduce when a fellow's girl says the three's a crowd.
Say, Phil, would you like me to put your name down on the date list?
Boy, I sure would.
Hey, maybe we got something here. A one-man double date. Say, can you dance?
Why, yeah, I can rumba.
I bet you're a whiz at the tangle, too. Well, I'll keep you in mind, Phil.
Okay, skinny pants.
Phil's nice, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a swell fellow. A good musician, too. Did you hear his new song, I Surround You, Dear?
Hello? This is a Skelton Mail Escort Service. What? You want something well-groomed and tailed. Do you want Red Skelton or a horse?
Oh, that's a good one. What'd you say?
A horse.
A horse. I don't get it. Maybe you're right, Miss Stillwell. Maybe we should get some other men. What kind do you prefer? The conceited or the other kind?
What other kind?
Mr. Skelton, I believe. Ho, 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 ho.
Careful of that dirty laugh, fellow. We have a mixed crowd here.
I'm out to have some fun. I am Ex-Admiral Burlap.
Ex-Admiral Burlap?
Yes. Yes.
What'd they do, sack you?
Yes.
Are you really an admiral?
Yes, indeed. Here's a picture of me in action.
But you're standing in back of everybody.
Yeah, he's probably a rear admiral. Oh, look at that funny-looking hat they're wearing.
Oh, right, yes. But look at those medals on my chest.
Yeah, what'd you get those medals for?
For wearing that hat. I got most of those medals for helping Dewey take Manila.
Yeah, what'd you do when Dewey took Manila?
I took strawberries. Now,
Then I'd like for you to supply me with an escort. Some killer who can put me hip.
Quick, the flip. We got a jitterbug in here.
Now, your secretary. She's a cute little number. You think you could like a guy like me?
Sure, if he wasn't too much like you.
Very good. But now I'd like for you to take me where the youngest crowd hangs out. I'm looking for my son.
Oh, you are?
Yes. 25 years ago, when I joined up, my wife ran away with my little son. Since that time, I've saved $500,000 for the little fellow, and I must find him.
$500,000?
Yes.
Say, did this happen in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Was the kid light complected?
Yes.
Brown eyes?
Yes.
Curly white teeth?
Yes.
Red hair?
Yes.
Mama!
Jeanette is here to echo love's latest declaration. When it's spring, heaven can wait.
Heaven can wait. This is paradise. Just being here with you and breathing the air you do. Heaven can wait. Darling, it's true, this is paradise, gazing at all your charms. It's heavenly in your arms, heaven can wait. You must be an angel on a visit from the sky. Now I look at heaven when I look into your eyes. Heaven can wait. This is paradise, loving the way we do. Until I go there with you, heaven can wait. Loving the way we do. Until I go there with you, heaven can wait.
Want some seafood, Mama? Yes, boys and girls, it's hold tight. the way, friends. Hold Tight was introduced on Avalon Time by the Andrews sisters. All right, Peter Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling you for many weeks now that Avalon cigarettes are the outstanding cigarette value on the market. Yes, I've been saying it, and millions of you people have been proving it for me every day by your repeated purchases. Millions of smokers buy Avalons in preference to all other brands because they found Avalons give them more for their money. Why don't you switch to Avalons and get more for your money? Get finest quality cigarettes for 3 to 5 cents less than other popular price brands. You positively have everything to gain, make no mistake about that, because Avalons are highest quality. In fact, you could want no finer quality cigarette, regardless of price, regardless of brand. They're 100% union-made from the very finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos obtainable, and give you a thoroughly enjoyable, smooth, mild smoke. That's why you'd never guess they cost you less. What more could you possibly demand in a cigarette? Superior quality tobaccos, a superfine blend, at a real savings. The next time, ask for Avalon and save the difference.
Say, Mr. Skelton.
Why, it's warm in here tonight. A lot of humility, isn't there?
Mr. Skelton?
Yes?
Would you take me to the family theater tonight to see that picture, Marco Polo?
Nah, I don't want to see that picture. They make a picture of one of my ancestors, and they won't even give me a part in it.
Now, don't tell me that Marco
Polo Skelton was one of my ancestors.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
How come you know so much about Skelton's ancestors?
Red gives me $5 to agree with him. So, again, I'll set the scene so Red can tell the story.
Okay, Del.
Okay, Red.
Okay, get that music.
The year 1278, during the dynasty of the great Kublai Khan. The place outside the walls of the city of Shantou, China. As the scene opens, we find Marco Polo Skelton, the adventurer, and his secretary approaching the palace of Kublai Khan.
Marco Polo, I'm so tired. Can't I rest for a few minutes?
No, only 3 more miles, then it's my turn to carry you.
Well, I'm not going to carry you any farther.
Hey, what's the idea of dropping me?
I didn't drop you. I threw you.
Yeah?
It was strictly accidental.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, you're fired. You go back to Venice.
Oh, no, you can't fire me. Your father sent me along to see that you don't fall in love with one of those pretty little Chinese girls.
Oh, yeah? Well, can I help it if the girls vamp me?
Yeah? Well, I've heard you give them the old oil, too.
Yeah. So what? A little oil for the vamps of China.
How about the one you were so crazy about last week?
You mean little Yum Yum? Oh, I gave her up.
Are you sure?
Yep, I left her sitting on her pagoda. Well, here's Kublai Khan's palace. Beep! Ring that doorbell. Beep! Gee, I hope they're home. Beep!
What's this peep business?
Oh, it's something I had for lunch. Beep!
Well, what was it?
I had some bird nest soup. We got to take the birds out. Beep! Greetings to the great Kublai Khan.
Marco Polo Skelton, I believe. And Miss Stillwell, well. My dear, you look like an old flower.
Yeah? You look a little wilted yourself.
Say, how was that last shipment of goods I sent, Con? Everything satisfactory?
Yes. The shipment was all right, except for those 12 colorblind Venetians.
Oh, well, that was a slight error in the stock room. That was supposed to be 12 colored Venetian blinds.
No wonder they objected when I hung them at the windows.
Hey, who threw that hatchet? Gangrene setting in.
I did. Did you like my little joke?
Yes, it was very funny. You threw that hatchet, I thought I'd split.
Well, I'll leave you folks with my honorable executioner, Oxmoth. I must tell my favorite sons that you're here.
Which are your favorite sons, Con?
Awu, Abu, Aslu, Agu, and Afwe.
Well, hurry up back, Con.
Hey, Stillwell.
I'd like to marry you and make you the favorite wife in my harem.
Do you have a harem like Kubla Khan?
Oh, dear, no. Khan has 200 wives. I only have 75.
Oh, you're practically a bachelor.
Say, Polo, Skelton, you make me sick.
You don't give me an appetite.
Look me straight in the eye and say that.
I can't look you straight in the eye.
Why not?
You got slants in your glands.
I'd like to take you over to my torture chamber and spring one of those trap doors to the lion's den.
Oh, you would, huh?
I'd do it, too, if you weren't such a friend of the great Khan.
Yeah?
But remember what Confucius said.
What?
Someday the worm will turn.
So what? He looks the same on both ends.
Who's this Confucius?
He's the honorable one who gave us Proverbs. Here's one of his books.
Say, I'd like to read that sometime.
You would?
Yeah.
Well, step over into my torture chamber. The light's much better there.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ought to read it today.
Oh, come on. Why not? Come on. I'll keep my trap shut.
All right, but I don't know. I don't think I should be going in here to read this book.
Oh, the trap door.
There he goes. And good riddance to him. Why, that's the strangest sight I've ever seen. The lions are standing on both sides of him while he reads the book.
Are you all right, Marco Polo Skelton?
Yeah, I'm okay. As long as I got these books, these animals won't bother me. I'm reading between the lines.
When the composer is Billy Hill, when the singers are Kurt Massey and the Avalon Chorus, the result is a musical treat. It's The Chapel in the Moonlight.
There's a little old church that's covered with moss, where I held your hand tenderly. I often go there to gaze at the cross and dream that you'll come back to me. How I'd love to hear the organ in the chapel in the moonlight while we're strolling down the aisle where roses entwine. How I'd love to hear you whisper in the chapel in the moonlight that the love of light in your eyes forever will shine. Till the roses turn to ashes, till the organ turns to rust. If you never come, I'll still be there till the moonlight turns to dawn. How I love to hear the choir in the chapel in the moonlight as they sing, oh, promise me forever be
Remember, friends, when you ask for Avalon cigarettes,
don't forget your change.
Yes, Avalon cigarettes, dear friends, cost several cents less than others. You too can save this difference like all of us Avalon brothers. Each pack is wrapped in cellophane, each patch is union made. No wonder folks from coast to coast say Avalon sees the parade. So why not always travel on with us?
Yes, you'd never guess, but Avalon's cost only 10 cents plus city or state tax.
Program, and I hope that my little quibs have brought a grin to your face. And if you'd like to bring a smile to your face this week, try an Avalon. This is Red Skelton saying good night for Red Polo.
Be with us next Saturday evening at the same time when the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation will again present Avalon Time. Del King speaking. Good night, everybody. Avalon Time originated in the studios of the Nation Station and is reached you through the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is chair. C-H-A-I-R.
Really?
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho! What a ham that guy is. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's supposed to try for it?
We invited some building inspectors and some real estate agents to the show, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Inspector Robert Steele and Agent Thomas Williams. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, boys, for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, you split $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Inspector Bob Steele. You inspect buildings?
That's right.
Stop leering at my framework. Huh? I'm as sound as a dollar. Well, the dollar's only worth 50 cents now. And real estate agent Tom Williams. Huh? Just what do you do in your job?
Well, I sell houses, get rentals for people, I sell lots.
Sell lots of what?
Well, lots of lots.
Look, you're not up before a Senate committee now. You can speak freely. Come clean now. You sell lots of what?
I sell lots.
Look, son, we have to finish this thing in 30 minutes. Now, out with it. What do you do in your job?
Well, I sell houses, find rentals, and over the weekend I sit on a house.
You sit on a house?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever laid any small bungalows that way? Over the weekend, you just sit on a house. How do you mean you sit on a house? I don't
Well, by
understand.
sitting on a house,
Is that a real estate time?
we hold the house open for inspection over Saturday and Sunday, and we are there when anybody comes.
I see, huh? How's business, real estate, man?
Rather slow, but I did manage to turn over a couple of houses this week.
You turned... What did you do, lose a nickel under one of them? What do you mean you turned over a couple of houses?
I sold some houses.
Must be a pretty slick salesman to sell a house that's been turned over, huh? Well, that's one way to keep the roof from leaking. Well, what do you do on your job, Inspector Steele?
Oh, I inspect houses per the Los Angeles Building Code.
Oh, I see. Well, why do you do that?
Well, so they're safe for occupancy.
What if the building is only half safe? Do you use an air wick? How do you know if a building is safe for occupancy?
Well, I check it from stem to stern and from top to bottom.
Well, that's a boat, I mean. How do you check a house?
Well, we check the foundation, the footings, the underpinnings, the framework, the lath, plaster.
What kind of buildings do you inspect?
Oh, we inspect everything that's over a 4x4.
Why'd you pick that figure, 4x4? Huh?
Well, I suppose anything under that size would Wouldn't matter whether it was safe or not.
4x4. Well, yeah, I once knew a girl who was 5x5, and she wasn't very safe either. She had a good foundation, but unfortunately it kept slipping. Well, let's get back to you, Mr. Williams. Suppose I'm a likely prospect and you think I'm in the market. Tell me your blue plate special for this week.
Well, Mr. Marks, I have a dandy over in Sherman Oaks. It's a 2-story Cape Cod. Has 5 bedrooms and 4 baths, all tile.
What about the other bedroom? What do they do? They wait till the rainy season starts?
Well, we could put another shower in the basement.
That would be for me, I suppose. Now, Inspector, in buying a house, what should the average person look out for in addition to the real estate agent?
Well, you can check it for termites. You know you must always have a termite. You're talking about an old house, aren't you?
I'm talking about the house he's trying to stick me with. Suppose you refuse to approve a house because you don't think it will stand up. What then?
We won't issue a certificate of occupancy on the house.
And that means?
That means that no one can live in it.
I see. You mean the house just stands there empty? How long does this go on?
Well, it doesn't make any difference for 100 years or so.
Well, if the house will stand up that long, you should have approved it in the first place. Well, now that I know all about real estate and building inspection, let's see if you two are going to be the ones who get the chance at the $1,000 question. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life.
No matter where you drive, across this nation are more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers, each with a desire to serve you. And here is how they can serve you. When your car needs attention, no matter how minor you may think the job to be, you'll find a DeSoto Plymouth dealer ready and eager to give your car full attention. You'll get the benefit of not only factory-designed and approved tools and equipment, not only factory-trained mechanics who know how to use that equipment, but service with a smile. And service at a fair price. That's the creed of every DeSoto Plymouth dealer, as you'll find out when you drive in at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth.
Now, let's see if you two will get a chance at the $1,000. Fenneman, bring them up to date on the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous structures as your category. Is that right?
That's right.
Now, you have $20. How much do you want to bet? And talk right up into the mic.
$10.
Okay. Now, here's your first question. In what country is the Arch of Triumph?
France.
Vive la France.
And they're on their way with $30.
Now, how much is the $30 will you throw?
25.
Huh? In what country is the Taj Mahal?
It's in India.
India.
They're climbing. They have $55.
50.
In what country is the Alhambra?
Spain.
Spain is correct.
Now they have $105.
You're taking my money too swiftly here. You've got $105. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of it would you want to go for?
The gentleman says shoot the works.
The gentleman says shoot the... How do you know he's a gentleman?
I haven't answered the question yet.
Okay. In what country is the famous Bastille?
France.
That's right, is the best...
And they wind up with a grand total of $210.
It's not true. The Bastille comes from the United States. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, stick around now. You may get a chance at the big question. You may get a chance.
The secret word is still chair.
Yes, George.
Perhaps the next couple will say it.
It's quite okay, George.
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a camp counselor and a married man. And here they are, Miss Dorothy Johnson and Mr. Joel Benjamin. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, to You Bet Your Life. And if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Miss Johnson, you're a camp counselor, huh?
That's right.
Very pretty girl. What camp is it?
That's Clear Creek School Camp.
Where are you from, Dorothy?
From Idaho Falls, Idaho.
You what? What's it?
Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Yes.
I thought you were yodeling there for a minute. Do you have any children of your own?
No.
You don't have any children. Since you're a camp counselor, did you meet your husband at a Boy Scout camp?
No.
Was he a Girl Scout?
No, he's nothing. I'm not married.
He's nothing. That's a fine remark. Whether you're married or not, that's a pretty rough opinion to have of your husband. He's probably a very nice fellow, and you're just temporarily annoyed with him. Mr. Joe Benjamin, huh?
That's right.
He used to be a prize fighter by that name. He was one of Dempsey's sparring partners.
I boxed for quite a while myself.
Did you?
That's right.
Why didn't you box with somebody else, huh? Pretty punchy when they start boxing with themselves. Well, you're not at all mauled up, Joe. Huh? You're the married man, is it?
Yes, sir.
Well, while we're on the subject, why is your wife annoyed with you?
She's not annoyed with me.
She isn't, eh? Well, let's see what I can do about it, huh? How old is she?
Well, she's pretty young.
Well, how young? Is she about 3?
No, I mean she's pretty young for her age.
How old are you, Dorothy?
18.
18. Well, you're very young for your age. Maybe you two are meant for each other. Huh? Well, I'm at it. I might as well fix this fellow up right. Now, at what camp do you do your counseling, did you say?
Clear Creek School Camp.
Oh, Clear Creek. Where is that?
It's in Lochanyata, just past Lochanyata.
Where is that, in Scotland?
No, it's,
Where's Lochanyata? Huh? I know where a wee duck and Doris is, but... Could be a wee lock and ladder, too. Or a wee hook and ladder. We had to find it. Dorothy Johnson, where is Lock and Ladder, huh? You don't know where Lock and Ladder is, huh? This is your first year there?
No, I've been a camper there, and now I just started being a director.
Well, how did you get there when you went there last year? Did they blindfold you before?
Well, we went on a bus. It's in the foothills. Let's see. I can't exactly remember the hills. It's there.
Those kids are going to have a tough time finding it this year. If the counselor can't find it, there's going to be 50 tots roaming the hills all summer. That'll certainly help the juvenile delinquency problem. How old are these gangsters that you...
Oh, they run from about 6 to 12.
They run from 6 to 12, then. They'll have to if they want to find this place. What are some of the activities at this mysterious camp?
Hiking,
I think
swimming.
they do moonshining out there. What do you do, Dorothy?
Well, crafts, swimming, hiking, arching.
What do you mean arching their backs? Arching their backs or...
No, you know, bow and arrow.
Oh, bow and arrow, huh?
Yes.
Well, in addition to poison ivy, what do the kids get out of the camp?
We build character.
Oh. Could you build me one?
I don't know.
Mine is none too good. Suppose a kid objects to having you build his character. What do you do, Dorothy?
Oh, we have punishments.
You call in the real estate agent and have him turn the kids over, huh? Slug them? Or do you just whack them on the bum-bum, huh?
Well, we're not allowed to lay a hand on them.
What do you use, a baseball bat? How do you discipline your children, Mr. Benjamin?
Well, I talk to her for a while. If that don't work, spank them.
Spank them on the bum? That sounds like a summer resort, doesn't it? Where did you go last year, Groucho? Why, we had a lovely time. We had 2 lovely weeks at Spank 'em on the Bum Bum. Well, Dorothy, who does the disciplining in your family?
I'm not married.
All this time and you're still not married? Did anything embarrassing ever happen to you, Dorothy?
Well, yes. Once up at camp, one of the directors was chasing the snake, and snake...
Well, a sucker he was, huh?
Well, we don't like to let rattlesnakes roam around the hills.
That's right. I don't blame you,
With the kids, you know.
I disapprove of it myself.
So we tried to capture this one, and rattlesnakes usually go in pairs.
You do?
Yes.
That's very interesting to know. So?
Well, the snake went under the rock, and this other director asked me to watch if there was another snake. And all of a sudden, he sat down on some yucca bush. And the thing was, I didn't know where to apply the tourniquet. He thought it was a snake.
Well, one good tourniquet deserves another. Well, now that we've got that settled, let's see how you make out with some quiz questions. You're going to play You Bet Your Life for the chance at $1,000. You run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a big chance. I can't tell you how much our first couple won, but Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
The real estate agent and the building inspector won $210.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous stadiums as your category. Is that right? How much of the 20 are you going to risk?
About 10.
10. In what city is Soldier Field?
Chicago.
Chicago is right.
We're on their way with $30, Groucho.
All right, you've got $30 now. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
25.
25. In what city is Shibe Park?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is right.
They're climbing. They have $55.
All right, you got $55. Here's your third question. How much of the 55 do you want to try?
50.
In what city is Franklin Field?
Annapolis or Baltimore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. It's again Philadelphia.
They now have $5.
Oh.
That's a shame. All right, you want to bet the 5, I presume, huh?
Yes.
In what city is Fenway Park?
That's Boston.
Boston is correct. You've practically cleaned out now, but I'm going to give you one more chance to make some money. You get this one right, and I'll hand over $10 in cash. Now, think hard. What city is located on San Francisco Bay?
Oh, San Francisco.
Ransom is right. Give them the money.
And they end up with $10.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, we'll soon know who gets the chance at the $1,000 question.
And now, a word with our sponsor.
Now, there's an original line. Did you think that up yourself, Fenneman, or was it left over from Dr. Christian?
Well, Groucho, it may not be original, but what I'm going to say about our sponsor, the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, is well known to thousands upon thousands of car owners.
I don't suppose I can stop you.
You get the finest of service wherever you see the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And do you know why?
Tell me, Fenneman, he said with raised eyebrows and a quizzical look in his steely gray eyes.
Because skilled men who get constant factory training are working there, working with the most modern tools and equipment.
All right, Fenneman. Who's ahead in the battle for the $1,000 question tonight?
Well, the building inspector and the real estate agent are leading with $210, and the secret word is still chair. Just before we went on the air, we selected a bachelor and a spinster from our studio audience. And here they are, Miss Bert Banks and Mr. Olaf Hovden. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word, you divide $100 in cash between you. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Miss Bert Banks, is that right?
That's right.
And Mr. Olaf Hovden, is that right?
That's right.
You're the bachelor, huh? What is that, Swedish?
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Well, that's almost the same thing, isn't it?
No, you wouldn't call a Norwegian a Swede.
Well, I would if I was pressed. Huh? How old are you, Olaf?
65.
Well, you certainly don't look it. A very young-looking Norwegian. And Miss Banks, if I'm not too fresh, how old are you?
Do you think that's a fair question to ask a woman?
Well, I don't expect a fair answer, so... would you mind if I guessed?
No, go ahead.
55.
No.
50.
No, you're getting warm.
Well, at my age, that isn't bad. Olaf, what sort of work do you do?
I'm farming.
You're a farmer and you don't have a wife? Who pulls the plow? You mean that nursery rhyme about the farmer takes a wife is all wrong?
I don't read any nursery rhymes.
Well, if I'm successful here tonight, you will be. Couldn't you use a wife on your farm?
Oh, sure.
How?
Oh, she could feed the pigs and milk the cows and feed the chickens.
Is that all she'd have to do?
Oh, no.
Where's your farm?
West end of Antelope Valley.
Antelope Valley, huh?
Yeah, about 70 miles from here.
Are you 49, Miss Banks?
No.
49 and a half?
No.
Well, if you ever get to 50, my advice is to sell, huh? I think you're a mighty fine-looking gal, Miss Banks, despite all this unfunny kidding.
Thank you.
Now, what sort of work do you do?
I'm in hats.
I mean, where are you employed?
Saks Fifth Avenue,
In
Beverly
Saks?
Hills.
You work in Saks, huh?
Yes.
Well, you'd be a big help on a farm, huh? When you get through feeding the chickens and the pigs, you could start filling the sacks with potatoes. What do you do at Saks?
I'm in hats.
You're in hats? Must be kind of chilly, isn't it? What are the current styles in women's hats?
Well, rough sailors. Of course, we sell...
I didn't know there were any other kind. Now, Olaf, you've been pretty quiet here. What do you raise in your farm?
Wheat, barley, and oats. Cattle.
You're still a bachelor, huh? Well, you haven't been sowing the right kind of oats, Olaf. How big is your farm?
About 3,000 acres.
You ought to plant a little sugar, then you could raise cane. Huh? Okay.
Can't raise cane.
You can't raise cane? Why not?
Raise sugar beets.
Oh, here I am trying to make millions of people laugh, and you have to ruin it by throwing in the wrong vegetable. How is farm life today compared to when you first started farming?
Oh, it's a good deal easier today. More mechanized machinery.
Miss Banks, you've just been replaced by the McCormick Reaper. Do you think you'd like to live on a farm, Miss Banks?
No, decidedly not.
You wouldn't, huh?
No.
Well, now tell me, Corn Silk, suppose Miss Banks decided to leave Saks and take up farming. What would she do for entertainment? Remember, she's used to life in a big city like Beverly Hills, where the ice cream stores close at 10 o'clock.
She could go to ladies' aids meeting and sewing and card and square dances and entertainment in the house for radio and piano.
Well, when things get real dull, Miss Banks, you can always go down to the bakery in town and smell hot bread. Just kind of loaf around there, you know. Now that you two are definitely going to be hitched. You can try those hats on the livestock out there. Let's see how well you work together as a team for the chance of the $1,000 question. You beat the other two couples and you win the chance at all that money. Whether or not you win much money, I hope you and everybody else will do something for me. Join the 1950 Cancer Crusade. Strike back at cancer by giving generously to your local committee of the American Cancer Society. Mail your contribution to Cancer, care of your local post office. All right, Fenneman, remind our listeners how much the other couples earned.
The building inspector and the real estate agent are still ahead with $210.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous hotels as your category. Is that right? Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
10.
In what city is the Mark Hopkins Hotel?
San Francisco.
San Francisco is right.
They're on their way with $30.
Olaf, you've been away from that farm. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you try?
20.
20. In what city is the Palmer House Hotel?
Chicago.
Chicago is right.
Now they have $50.
Now you have $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50?
40.
$40. Okay. In what city is the Roney Plaza Hotel?
Miami.
Miami Beach is right.
They're really climbing. They have $90.
All right, you got $90. Now here's your last chance. How much are you going to bet on this one? Talk it up, Olaf.
40.
$40. In what city is the Waldorf Astoria Hotel?
New York City.
New York City is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $130. And that means the building inspector and the real estate agent with $210 get the chance of the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. There's more to getting your car ready for warmer weather than simply changing the oil. To put it in tip-top shape for extra miles of driving, you should bring your car for a spring tune-up to a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Expert factory-trained mechanics, using factory-designed and approved tools and equipment, will give your car an engine tune-up, lubricate the chassis, check your battery and your tires, flush your radiator, and perform a number of other jobs that will give you thousands of miles of trouble-free driving. First chance you get, stop in for that spring tune-up at the sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Any of the more than 3,000 authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America will be happy to serve you promptly, efficiently, and at a fair price. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. And here's the building inspector and the real estate agent, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question, Groucho.
Okay, here we go for $1,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you and think carefully and no help in the audience. Here it is. The official yacht of the President of the United States is one of the world's most beautiful pleasure crafts. For $1,000, what is the name of President Truman's official yacht? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
The Lafayette?
No, I'm sorry. It's the Williamsburg. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $210 in the quiz. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
You've Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You'll Bet Your Life. Presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week, the big question will be worth $1,500.
Well, Bing Crosby's raring to go, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Don't save time, Mr. Motorist. Save yourself. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
New. It's amazing. It's Prell, P-R-E-L-L, Procter & Gamble's new Radiant Cream Shampoo with a handy tube. Prell brings you The Life of Riley. Prell, the shampoo that removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes and leaves hair radiantly clean, radiantly lovely, presents The Life of Riley, with William Bendix as Riley. If Chester A. Riley could have one wish, he'd probably wish he could have 1,000 eyes. Then he could keep one eye on his 16-year-old daughter, Babs, and the others on Babs' 999 boyfriends, none of whom, according to Riley, are up to any good. For instance, the other night,
Hi, Dumplin'. The Lord and Monster is home.
Oh, hello, dear. How was bowling tonight? Oh, for heaven's sake, will you please not put that bowling ball on the piano?
Yeah, you're right. The ball might get scratched. Anyway, I'm through with that game.
Oh, you lost again.
I ain't going to bowl with those guys no more. I don't like their system of scoring.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Well, they ought to allow something for knocking down a pin, boy.
Oh, I knew you didn't.
I think they put too much English on the ball. You see, I hold it like this, and then I pull back my hand.
Don't roll that ball. You'll wake Junior.
Oh, kids asleep already? It's only 9 o'clock. It's so early.
Junior's asleep. Babs is out.
Out? It's 9 o'clock. It's so late. Where did she go?
With Simon Vanderhopper. Now, don't start.
I thought I told Babs to stay away from that loafer.
He is not a loafer. Simon's a nice boy.
Some boy, 21 years old, he still blows bubaloons.
Oh, he does not.
He does so, and I can prove it. I found his teeth marks on my blowpipe. Babs has got to stop seeing him.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Riley, be reasonable. After all, a girl needs some companionship.
Companionship? That Simon's always broke, so all he can do is take walks. He's not a companion, he's a cocker spaniel.
Well, maybe Babs likes to walk.
Likes to walk. There's no place to go at night except the park. And what's there to see there? It's dark. All they can do is sit on a bench. What fun can you have sitting on a bench? I'll murder that Simon.
Oh, relax.
So help me, I'll pick him up by the scruff of the neck like this.
Put that bowling ball down.
Right out on his ear.
Now, look what you did. You threw that ball right through the window.
Yeah, too much English.
Well, good night, Simon. Thanks for taking me to the movies.
Oh, don't mention it, Dad. Thanks for loaning me the money.
Oh, that Alan lad's a dream.
You like him?
Like him? Gosh, has he got away with women? Well, good night, Simon.
Oh, wait, Dad. Would it be
Well, I mean, could you... Would you mind
I'm
if
not going to kiss you, Simon, so you better go.
Now, listen, Tomato. You'll kiss me, I'll slap you silly.
You try it and I'll slap you right back.
I guess that Alan lad must be slipping.
You better go, Simon.
No, not yet, Babs. Pretend I'm Alan Ladd. Put your arms around me and close your eyes. I love you, Babs. I love you madly.
Simon, where you go if my father sees you?
I defy your father. His opposition to our romance is like an eggshell on the pavement as the steamroller of our love moves forward. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Let's sit here on the porch and finish this bag of popcorn.
I better go in. Simon, my father.
Oh, I better go.
He'll see you. Hide in this hedge here.
Okay. Should be around here. Who's there?
It's only me, Daddy.
Oh, Dad. So you're home at last. Where's that no good Simon?
Well, he...
Oh, he ain't here. It's lucky for him he went home. I want to have a little talk with you, young lady, as soon as I find my bowling ball.
Riley, don't catch cold.
I won't. Well, let's see. It came out that window, so it must have fallen...
Daddy, don't go in that hedge.
Well, why not?
Well, there might be something in it. Some animal. A gopher.
Should be here somewhere.
Oh, but Daddy, wait.
This is my prize bowling ball. Hey, I think I got it. I feel something round. Oh, it slipped away. No, I got it. Uh-oh. Oh, it got damaged. It's flat on top. It's all covered with moss. Curly moss.
Oh, Daddy.
Riley, let it go till tomorrow.
I can't seem to pull it out. It's attached to something. Wait a minute. I'll get a real grip. I'll put my finger in one of the holes. Ouch! It bit me. The bowling ball bit me.
Oh, don't be silly.
Wait a minute. A bowling ball can't bite. Dad, you were right. There is a gopher in there. I'll get my gun.
No, don't shoot, Mr. Riley. It's me.
Simon.
It ain't a gopher. It's a loafer. Simon, get out of my hedge.
Mother, could you... Oh, you're here, Daddy. Where's Mother?
Well, she went out somewhere.
Oh. When's she coming back?
I don't know, Babs. Why? What's something wrong?
Well, no, I just wanted to borrow $3 from her.
Babs, I've told you before, on things like that come to me. I'm the head of the house. I make the money around here, and I'll spend it.
Well, then, may I have the $3?
No, I already spent it.
Oh, jeepers. I hate to miss that concert.
Oh, a concert? Well, it's for something mental like that. Okay, honey, here.
Oh, thanks, Daddy. You're a honey. I better phone Simon.
Okay, you go ahead for... Simon? What's he got to do with it?
Well, I'm lending him the money to take me to the concert.
Not with my money. He ain't going to make no gigolo out of my daughter.
Oh, but he'll pay me back.
It's an outrage using my hard-earned dough to support that couch slouch.
But I'm not supporting him. I'm just lending it to him. What's so terrible about that? After all, when you were keeping company with Mother, she loaned you money to take her out.
Yes, and she had to marry me to get it back. And you ain't going to make the same stupid mistake she did.
Oh, I wish you'd let me handle my own affairs. After all, I'm not a child.
Certainly you're a child. Remember, you're still a schoolgirl.
I'm over 16 and I'm entitled to some independence.
You can have all the independence you want when you're working and earning enough to support a husband. But as long as you're going to school and I'm paying for
I'll quit school and go to work.
You've been saying that ever since you was in kindergarten.
You'll see I'll quit.
No, you won't. Because you're a Riley. And we got a tradition. No Riley ever quit school. They have to kick us out. I see you're in the paper where the Dodgers are going to train in Florida again this spring. Oh, gee, what a lucky state.
Riley, what'd you say to Babs yesterday?
Oh, me? Nothing, just ordinary chitter-chatter. Why?
Are you sure? She's threatening to quit school.
She is. Well, where'd she get an idiotic idea like that?
From you, that's what she says.
Oh, me? I never did know such. Oh, that. Yeah, can you imagine, Peg? She wanted me to give her money to lend that Simon so he can take her to a concert.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
Well, I never heard of such a thing.
Oh, you haven't, eh?
No.
Have you forgotten when we were engaged that my father used to lend you money to take me out?
That wasn't a loan, that was a bribe. I mean, we're discussing Babs quitting school.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Nothing. Believe me, it's just talk.
It's not talk. I found out she's been applying for jobs.
No kidding.
Yes.
Peg, this is serious. How can you say it's just talk?
Oh, I give up.
Yeah, you better let me handle this. I'll talk her out of this nonsense. Where is she?
In her room. Now, be careful.
Yes,
Oh, first you meet at the door, Riley.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening, Mr. Riley.
Simon, you got your nerves showing up here. Ain't you caused me enough trouble?
No, there's lots more. Our Babs didn't go to school today.
What?
She took a job downtown.
You sure?
Yes, her friend Joni told me. She's working.
This is all your fault. You drove her to this. Borrowing money from her all the time.
I know. I could kill myself.
Wait, I'll get my gun.
No, there's a better way out. We've got to make her go back to school.
What are you so worried about? There's more money in it for you if she works.
Oh, no. I wouldn't borrow money from Babs now. Her hard-earned money, I got my pride. The only reason I took it before was I knew she got it from you.
Oh, well, see, I didn't realize that, Simon. You got character. You really love Babs.
I love her madly.
Yeah, come in, darling.
Mr. Riley, you've got to put your foot down and force Babs to go back to school.
Well, I don't know. Babs is as stubborn as a mule. I don't know who she takes after.
You have to apply psychology.
Yeah, that's it, Simon, psychology. Babs is a female, and a female always does the opposite to what you tell her. I'm going to tell Babs she can quit school.
Oh, no, Mr. Riley.
Look, Simon, I know more about psychology than you. I happen to be very psychopathic. And that isn't just my opinion. Doctors have told me that.
Well, all right. But remember, Mr. Riley, this is your idea.
Yeah, you bet it's my idea. And don't you try to take no credit for this.
Oh, Riley, did somebody... Oh, hello, Simon.
Oh, Peg, Babs didn't go to school today. She's got a job already.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I knew this would happen. I told you.
No, don't get excited. Let me handle this. Babs, come in here.
Now, you've got to be firm with her, Riley.
I know exactly what to do. Just watch me.
Did you want me, Daddy? Oh, hello, Simon.
Hello, Babs.
Barbara Riley. Is what Simon says true?
Now, wait, Peg. Let me do the talking. Babs, what's this about you getting a job?
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Who told you? I meant to tell you.
So you want to quit school and go to work, huh?
I told you I was going to, and
Wait a minute. I got something to say about that. You want to quit? Quit.
Riley.
Go ahead, quit. I give you permission.
You do?
Well, sure. In fact, I insist. Now, watch your change, Peg.
Oh, Daddy, you're a dream. Now I can call my boss and take the job permanently.
You see? It worked like a... All right, so wait a minute. Let's start over again.
Now look what you've done.
I guess that psychology won't work with that.
You and your psychology. This is all his fault, Peg.
My fault, but it was your idea, Mr. Riley. I fought against it from the beginning.
You didn't fight hard enough. Simon, get out of this house.
We'll have the second act of The Life of Riley in a moment.
Say, Ken, the shampoo of millions is Prell, Procter & Gamble's new Radiant Cream shampoo in the handy tube.
Of course, Prell's amazing for two reasons.
First, you'll thrill to the radiance of your hair after you use Prell, because Prell can't leave a dulling soap film. Yes, Prell leaves hair far more radiant than old-fashioned soap or soap shampoos. Soft, smooth, and manageable, too.
Second, Prell removes embarrassing dandruff in as little as 3 minutes. Examinations by a group of doctors proved it.
And that Prell tube, so handy, so easy to use. No messy jars, no slippery bottles.
A little makes mountains of lather. So for hair radiantly clean, radiantly beautiful, ask for...
P-R-E-L-L Prell shampoo. Leaves hair radiant,
gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. Prell, Prell shampoo.
Buy Prell shampoo. And now back to the life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley.
Riley, do you realize Babs hasn't been to school for 2 days now? I've talked and talked till I'm blue in the face, and she won't listen to reason. Now, you're her father, and it's up to you to get her back to school if you have to force her.
No, that won't work with Babs. She's a lot like you, Peg, and I can never force you to do anything you don't want to do.
Well, what does that prove?
You can lead a horse to water, but I can't make you drink.
You started this whole thing. You and your psychology. Now you sit in that chair helpless.
Who's helpless? I'll fix that kid. Help me up, Peg.
Get up yourself.
Yeah, well, where is she?
In her room.
Well, you stay there, Peg. What I've got to say to that girl ain't for a lady's delicate ears. Babs?
Oh, Daddy.
Now listen, Babs. I got something to say to you, and you better listen careful, because I'm only going to say it once. You're going back to school.
No.
No? All right, I'll say it again, and listen careful, because I'm only going to say it once.
But, Daddy, what's the point of my going back to school? I'll be through in another 6 months anyway.
You're going back and get your diploma. Believe me, you'll be proud of that sheepskin.
Oh, what good's a sheepskin?
What good's a sheepskin? It's obvious you ain't never been a sheep. It'll help you get a job.
But I've got a job, and it's simply wonderful.
I don't care.
You know how much I'm getting. $30 a week.
30? Hey, that's pretty good. I don't care if you're getting $100. There's no future without no education. Believe me, I know.
But I'm learning the business, and in a few years I can go into business for myself, and I can make loads of money.
I don't care if you
And you won't have to work, Daddy. There'll be enough money for all of us.
I don't care.
Mother will be able to take it easy, and you can quit your job, and I'll buy you annuities.
I don't care if you... annuities?
Daddy, this is the chance of a lifetime.
But, honey...
Now, I've got some work to do, Daddy.
Yeah, but...
So you run along. I'll see you later.
No, Babs, what...
Well, Riley, did you knock some sense in that silly little goose's head?
Now, wait, Peg, let's not be hasty. We don't want to kill the goose that's laying them golden eggs.
Mr. Riley, I just found out...
It's you again. On account of you, I'm in this mess. You know my wife is threatening to leave me.
Really?
And she won't even take me with her.
Mr. Riley, I bring bad news. Our Babs is in terrible danger.
Danger?
You know who she's working for?
No.
Powell and Dicker.
Oh, are they bandits or something?
They're theatrical agents.
Theatrical? Oh, my poor little girl.
You know, real sharp characters. When they want to call in a girl who's working for them, they don't press a buzzer. They go...
Simon, we've got to get her back to school.
You're on the beam, CR. Now, I've got a plan. Read this.
What is it?
It's a discharge slip.
Stevenson Aircraft Plant. Chester Riley, effective immediately. Your employment is terminated. Simon, I'm fired. How can they do this to me?
Oh, you're not fired. This is a fake.
It's a fake?
Yes. Now, this is the angle, CR. I got this slip from a friend of mine who works in the personnel department of your plant.
But why? Why?
You pretend you were fired. This fake slip will convince
No,
you.
nothing doing. I don't want no part of this crazy scheme.
But, CR...
Shut up, SV. Now beat it. You're a jinx. I listened to you once, and now look at me. I'm in the deepest hole I was ever in.
Naturally. They're wearing them lower this year.
Who's that?
Look behind you. It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
Oh, hello, Digger. I didn't hear you come in.
People seldom do. Greetings, Riley. You're looking fat. You look horrible.
One side, Digger. I'm going to throw Simon out.
Simon?
Yeah.
I don't recall the name, but I'm sure I saw that face before. No,
Oh, that was a customer. How do you do, Mr.
Vanderhopper.
Vanderhopper? Any relation to Gideon Vanderhopper?
Yeah, he's my uncle.
Know him well. A true blue gentleman. Yesterday I wanted to see the races at Santa Anita, and he got me a box. Someday I'll do the same for him. But you seem perturbed, Riley.
Yeah, and how? My daughter wants to quit high school.
A typical childhood manifestation. I remember when I was a fuzzy-cheeked youngster at good old UGS.
University of Georgia State?
No, Undertaker's Ground School. I too wanted to quit, but my daddy made me stick it out until I'd mastered the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and running after business.
But Dad's really quit, Mr. Odell, and took a job.
Oh, this is serious. Riley, you must get the child back to school.
I tried, but it's no use, Digger.
Well, I've got an idea.
Keep quiet, Simon.
Riley, let's hear what the lad has to say.
I ain't interested. He's dead from the neck up.
Yes? Well, I'm interested.
Well, suppose Mr. Riley pretends he lost his job. Then he tells Babs she's got all the responsibility of supporting the family. Working is fun for Babs now, but if she thinks she's got responsibility, she'll rush back to school.
This lad will bear watching. He seems to have a knack for straightening people out. My boy, how would you like to come and work for me?
I told you it's a good idea, Mr. Riley.
Yes, and I'm glad I thought of it. Tomorrow morning I'll stay home from work and make out I was fired.
Capital. Yeah. Now I must toddle along. I'm seeing that new movie, Soul and Body.
No, you mean body and soul. You put the body in the wrong place.
I did? Well, that's a good one on somebody. Ho, ho, ho. Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
Babsy, have you seen your father this morning? It's almost 9.
Well, maybe he left for work already.
No, he didn't. Look, here's his coat.
Oh. Well, he must have overslept.
Oh, I better wake him. Hang his coat up, will you, dear?
Okay, Mother.
Always leaving things... Oh, wait a minute, Dad. Something fell out of his pocket. Here, put it...
What's the matter?
Oh, my. Oh, my. Babs, your father's been fired.
Fired?
Oh, yes. Look, this is his discharge slip.
Oh, that's awful. But why didn't he tell us?
Oh, I guess he was afraid to. He knew how worried we'd be.
Oh, the poor dear.
Oh, he must be suffering. We better tell him we know.
He doesn't sound like he's suffering. Riley, dear.
Oh, yeah, morning, Peg. Morning, Dad.
Morning, Daddy, dearest.
How do you feel, sweetheart?
Well, I guess you're wondering why I'm still in bed. Well, the fact
We know, dear. We found your discharge slip.
Oh, you know. I was going to tell you.
Oh, how could they do this to you, dear?
Well, you know, it's conditioned. A depression.
There's no depression now. There's a boom.
That's what I mean. I dropped a sledgehammer on the foreman's head, and boom, there was a depression.
Oh, Riley, you've worked there for years.
I'd rather not talk about it.
You're right, dear. And don't you worry, you'll get another job.
Well, we'll manage fine, Daddy. Don't forget I'm working now.
Yeah. Oh, my poor little Babs. You're going to have all the family responsibilities on your little shoulders. Or you're going to wish you was back in school.
Oh, no, I won't. Now there's a reason for my working.
Now, Babs, I've had enough of your nonsense. You're going back to school, and that's final.
Well, all right, Mother, I'll go back.
I knew I'd swing it. Oh, that's wonderful. I feel better already.
But with Daddy out of work, how'll we pay the rent?
We'll manage.
You bet we will.
I'll get a job.
Yeah, she'll get a job. Wait a minute, Peg. You don't have to.
Now, dear, I don't want any arguments. But I can get a job as a cashier at Reese's Market.
Well, if I'm going to school today, I better hurry. Goodbye, Parents.
Goodbye, dear. I told you I'd handle it. then you won't have to take that job.
Now be sensible, dear. It's just till you get one.
But, Peg, I wasn't really fired. I just pretended so I could get Babs back to school.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
You angel. You're sweet not wanting me to go to work.
But, Peg, it's the truth.
Now, stop pretending, dear. For 20 years, I've been able to see right through you.
You couldn't see through me this time. I'm thicker than I used to be. I mean, it's a trick. That discharge slip is a fake.
Oh, now stop, Roddy. Only a moron would think of a silly trick like that.
Now, you see, that proves it's me.
Stop kidding. I know you wouldn't play a cruel, mean trick like this on your own wife, worrying the life out of me because you know very well that when I found out I'd... Well, you wouldn't dare.
Yeah, you're so right, Peg. You can see right through me. Well, I might as well get up and look for a job.
Oh, you can start looking tomorrow. Right now, I'm bringing you breakfast in bed.
But, Peg, let me...
You deserve a rest, you brave dear. Now, what would you like for breakfast, Your Majesty?
My what?
But today I'm treating you like a king. Now, what is Your Majesty's pleasure?
My Majesty ain't got no appetite. Just a cup of coffee.
Oh, come on now. Who ever heard of a king just having coffee? How about some bacon and eggs?
Bacon and eggs? No. Okay, and wheat cakes and sausages. I'll force myself.
Hello there. Anybody home?
That Pat Simon.
Hi, folks. Say, I just bumped into Babs.
I bet you did it on purpose, you beast.
Oh, that's jolly. Well, our little Babs is really going back to school, eh?
Oh, yes, at last.
Beat it, Simon.
Oh, I knew she would. I told Mr. Riley that fake discharge.
Now, Simon, wait. Stop,
I knew
Simon.
the minute he pretended
Simon, you
to be fired,
what
she'd go running back to
the
school.
king is talking.
Oh, that was a great idea.
Oh.
Simon, you mean that my husband really wasn't fired?
Of course not. We framed the whole thing.
Chester Riley. Of all the stupid... Riley, where'd he go? Riley, where are you? Chester Riley, come out from under that bed.
Okay, I'm coming. The king is abdicating.
The Rileys will be back in just a moment. Wonderfully new, amazingly different. That's Prell, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Mrs. Harlan Rutledge of Los Angeles, California, has this to say about Prell.
I just want to tell you how wonderful I think Prell is. My hair has never looked so lovely, so soft and smooth. From now on, I'm using nothing but Prell.
Yes, thousands agree. Prell's wonderful for two reasons. Prell removes unsightly dandruff quickly, leaves hair glowing with radiance. Try.
P-R-E-L-L Pearl Shampoo leaves hair radiant, gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. P-R-E-L-L Pearl Shampoo.
Dumpling, you forgive me. Please say you forgive me.
Well, I guess you meant well. All right, I forgive you. But don't you ever try a stunt like that again. What possessed you to do such a silly thing?
Well, it was really that Simon's idea. You know me, Dumpling. I ain't got a mind of my own, so I use anybody.
Procter & Gamble invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. The script is by Alan Lipscott and Reuben Schiff, with music by Lou Kozloff. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow, Digger Odell is John Brown, Babs is Barbara Eiler, and Simon is Warren Mills. The Life of Riley is produced and directed by Irving Brecker.
Oh, she was the prima donna, with always a man in tow. She washed all the finery on her with wonderful ivory toe.
Ah, wonderful Ivory Snow, a regular beauty bath for blouses, lingerie, and sheer nylons. And your hands will tell you why Ivory Snow keeps lovely washables lovely longer. Prove it. This week, wash dishes with Ivory Snow. When you see how it pampers your hands, you'll know it's extra kind of fine fabrics. There's no other soap like it. Ivory Snow's the only soap, both ivory mild and in granulated form. Make suds instantly in lukewarm, even in cool water. Your hands will tell you why. Ivory Snow is so kind to your hands, you just know it's kind to sheer nylons and lovely lingerie and blouses.
Oh, wonderful Ivory Snow.
S-N-O-W. This is Ken Niles reminding you that for radiantly clean, lovely hair, get the shampoo in the tube. P-R-E-L-L. Prell Shampoo. Listen again next week when Prell brings you The Life of Riley. And now, don't forget to stay tuned to Ralph Edwards and Truth or Consequences. Good night.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Andy, did you hear that? Come on.
Did I hear what?
That whistle. That's the Rinso White whistle.
And Rinso means us.
That's right. Rinso gets clothes Rinso White. And Rinso presents the Amos and Andy Show. A young bride I knew took to cooking just like a shot. Her first lamb stew turned out
sensational.
Her cherry pies were
delicious.
But more and more, her husband wanted to eat out. Why?
We had a pact. I dried the dishes and put them away, but he did the dishwashing.
Oh, and no Rinso?
No Rinso. We were using a slow poke bar soap. That is at first.
But then you found out about Rinso, eh?
Mm-hmm. Now we eat home every night. Gosh, the biggest pile of dishes is done in way less time, with Rinso suds in the dish pan.
Yes, stubborn pots and greasy pans come shining clean in far less time. Rinso soapy-rich suds are easy on your hands, too. Try Rinso tomorrow. And now, our stars, Amos and Andy. Whenever Andy and the Kingfish go broke, which is most of the time, they manage to place the blame for their failures upon anything but themselves. But when the truth comes out, it's a bitter pill to swallow. And that's what they're swallowing right now, because they have asked Amos for an honest opinion of themselves.
Fellas, you asked for it, and I'm going to tell you. First of all, both of you are two of the laziest people I know. Look at you, Andy. Right now, you ought to be thinking of a way out of your mess. Instead of that, you just sitting there with your feet up on the desk.
Well, that ain't being lazy. I was thinking. I remember once I read in some medicine book that the best way to think is with your feet up in front of you, gazing into space.
That might be the truth, Anna, but when you got your big feet up there in front of you, there ain't much space left for gazing there.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Amos. Tell us what else is wrong with us.
Number 2 is neither one of you has got no backbone. You don't stick to nothing. I bet you that last year you was in 40 different businesses, and every one of them went bankrupt. You never sees nothing through to a finish.
Well, how much more of a finish can you have than bankrupt?
Well, that ain't what I mean. I mean that neither one of you work hard enough to make a success of nothing. Remember this, fellas. Hard work never killed nobody. Yeah, Amos, but sleeping ain't never caused many casualties neither, you know. Why don't you fellas face it? Both of you is lazy. You don't want to work, and you was chiselers. You was always trying to make big money out of some scheme instead of finding out what you was fitted for and working at it. That's my advice, and I hope you take it. So long, bum.
Goodbye, Amos. Fine friend he is. Accusing us of being lazy, no good chiselers and bums. How can he have the nerve to say them awful lies about us, even if they is true?
And I hate to admit it, but I think Amos has got something there about finding what we is fitted for and working at it. Now, what training has we done had? Let's figure. Let's start with school. Did you graduate from college?
Well, no. I was going to go to college, but something got in my way.
Oh, what was that?
High school. Seems that they had a rule about first having to go to high school before you could go to college.
Yeah.
How about you, Kingfish? Did you graduate from college?
Well, tell you the truth, Brother Andrew, I had the same trouble you did about having finished grammar school and high school, so I jumped over college.
Jumped over into what?
I took a postgraduate course.
Oh. Well, what did you jump over from?
Well, the first time I jumped all the way over from the 5th grade into the postgraduate. Then I found out what it was a little tough there, so I jumped right back again, too.
I see.
So you see, Anna, so far as our training, that ain't fitting us so much, is it?
Well, I spent 3 years in kindergarten. Don't tell me it was all a waste of time.
Brother Andrew, I've been thinking. I knows one thing. I knows that I is fitted for being a promoter.
Yeah?
Now, the thing for you to do is to concentrate on what you fitted for. Yeah, get you started on the road to success, and then I promote you, you see.
Oh, yeah, but that leaves you sitting down with your feet on the desk and me doing all the work.
Anna, you looking at that the wrong way. Let's look at it from the abstract.
From the what?
From the abstract. Now, I know you ain't going to be ignorant enough to ask me what abstract is.
I ain't, huh? What is abstract?
There you go. I knew you was going to be that ignorant. Now, open your ears and listen to me. Now, I'm going to explain it to you. What the abstract is, it's, you got your ears open there now?
Yeah, but there ain't nothing coming out your mouth.
The abstract means, well, let's put it another way.
Well, you ain't put it no way yet.
Yeah, well, let's forget the abstract. Let's look at it from the subjective.
From the what?
I knowed it was coming. I know it. I could tell by the expression on your face that little word throwed you.
Yeah, well, explain that last word, will you?
The word subjective, that's the word.
Yeah.
Now, you ain't going to ask me what the subjective is you?
Yes, I is.
Let's go back to the abstract.
Well, what is abstract?
Abstract is, well, now let me put it another way. You was heard of abstract of vanilla, ain't you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, it ain't nothing like that, no. Yeah.
Well, now we're getting someplace. Why didn't you tell me that in the first place?
Yeah, well, it just takes time to explain these things.
Wait a minute, Hello, Henry. Come in.
Yeah, maybe you can help us here, Henry.
Hello, boys. I thought I would drop in for just a chat. I just sold a large insurance policy, and I'm feeling very good.
Oh, just sold a big policy, huh? Henry, would you mind telling me and Andy what you owe your big success to in the insurance business?
Why, no, I would be glad to. I feel that I can honestly say, with all honesty, that my success begun when I met and married the woman I now call Mrs. Van Porter.
You ain't very familiar with your wife, is you?
Kingfish. Don't bust in there. This is reporting.
Yeah.
So you feel that you owe your success to your wife, eh, Henry?
Yes, I owe it all to my dear, sweet wife. If her disposition hadn't driven me out of the house, I never would have went to work.
Henry, the thing that me and Anna want to find out the most is what made you pick out the insurance business?
Well, it all started during a particularly trying period of my married life. It seems that my wife, who has never been very strong-willed, had fallen into a rather annoying habit.
Well, what was that, Henry?
Well, every time that I argued with her, she would break a vase over my head.
Yeah, a habit like that would get kind of annoying, yeah.
And to continue, the repeated blows upon my head was beginning to cause some damage.
Yeah, she must have put some bumps on you, all right.
I'll say she put some bumps on me. In fact, it got to the point where I wasn't worried so much about the injuries to my head. I was worried about the injuries to my bumps.
Had bumps on bumps there, huh?
Yeah, so natural, I came to the conclusion that I would take out some insurance in case my head became disabled.
Yeah.
So while looking over the various types of insurance, I became so interested that right then and there I decided to make it my life's work.
Yeah, so that's how you got into it, huh, Henry?
Yes, that's right. Well, thanks for the chat, boys. It's been very informative and coeducational. Goodbye.
So long, Henry.
Goodbye, Henry.
Yeah, well, we didn't learn much from Henry about how to decide what we fitted for.
Yeah, let's do some more thinking. Well, now, wait a minute. I ain't got no more time now. I got a date to meet a new gal at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, what about the gal you were supposed to meet at 2 o'clock?
Well, I was too busy to meet her.
How come?
My 1 o'clock gal wouldn't let me go.
Son, when it comes to women, you really know your... Say, wait a minute. I got it. Andy, I got it.
Got what?
What you was fitted for. Andy, if there's any training you was done had, it's been with women and romance. If anybody could give tips to lovesick gals and fellas, you is the one. Andy, look here. We is opening up a clinic. $2 a visit. Just like a doctor, only you give advice to the lovesick. We'll put up a sign saying, Advice to the Lovesick by Andrew H. Brown, B.S.
Well, what is that B.S. for?
Bachelor of Smooching. Andy, look here. I'm going right over and see Gwendell at the newspaper and put an ad in, and we'll start the clinic.
Great, Kingfish. I'll go and call on Shorty and make him my first customer.
The Mystic Knights of the Sea Quartet singing Don't Fence Me In.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you, please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Turn me loose. Underneath the western sky. On my cayuse. Let me ride till I see the mountains rise. Ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. Can't look at harbors and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in.
Shorty, before I tell you the reason I dropped over to see you, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Well, no, Andy. Go right ahead.
Yeah, well... Shorty, tell me this. Has you ever been snuggled up to a gal, your arms around each other, your faces snuggled up close to each other, and then all of a sudden you say the wrong thing?
Let me see, Andy. The last time I was with a girl, we were snuggling on the back porch. No, we were snuggling in the front step. No, we were snuggling in the porch. We were snuggling on the sofa. I've never snuggled.
Well, look here. In that case, Shorty, I is just the fellow you need. Now, look, for $2, I can get you on the road to happiness, romance, and better snuggling. Shorty, I has just become a love doctor.
Excuse me, Andy. Did you say love doctor?
Yeah, that's right.
You mean that there's a cure now for that stuff?
Listen, you don't get it, Shorty. I mean, for a $2 fee, like a doctor, I learned you how to handle women and what to say so they'll fall in love with you, maybe even marry you.
Marry me?
Yeah, that's where my service comes in handy, Shorty. Without me helping you, you might get a wife that'll talk your head off and nag at you all the time instead of getting the other kind.
And Andy, you mean there really is another kind?
Oh, listen. Shorty is, Shorty. Listen here. You know that courting a woman is just like training a dog. You got to know more than the dog.
Yeah, you was right about that, Andy. Yeah, I know because I came to Airedale once.
You did, huh? How did it work out?
Oh, fine. Yeah, inside of a week, all that dog had to do was just bark once and I'd sit right up.
Shorty, I can see where you were certainly the type that would let a woman wrap you around her little finger. You needs my service more than I thought you did.
Yeah, I guess I does.
Listen, Shorty, you become a customer, and I guarantee you that in no time you'll be taking out gals as pretty as that Lucy Green that I was trying to get a date with. She is really hard to date up, boy. Every guy in town has been trying to get a date with her and can't do it.
Yeah, Lucy Green is awful pretty.
Yeah, well, how about starting that service with me tonight, Shorty?
No, I can't tonight, Andy, no. But tonight I got to visit my aunt. I got to meet my brother. I'm taking my sister out. My uncle is coming to my place, and I got a date with Lucy Green.
Andy, me and Fred Gwendell here has got a great idea.
Yeah, well, sit down.
Yeah, we sure will, Andy. Now, wait till we tell you about it.
Yeah, what is the idea?
Well, now, look here, Andy. Instead of you giving hints to the lovesick people in person, why can't you do it through the newspaper where I work? Write a column.
You mean me write a love column?
That's right, Andy. Now, look here. This column is going to be called Love Hints to the Lovesick. But you ain't going to write it under your own name.
Yeah, you see, Andy, you was going to write it under what we calls in the writing profession a nominal diploma.
I is, huh?
Yeah, Andy, now, look here. You're going to write the column under the name of Juliet Hart.
Yeah, and the reason for that is, Andy, because most of the people that write columns like that is women, so we got to make you a woman, too.
Oh, I'm going to be Juliet Hart, huh?
Yeah, now, look here. Let's go over and see the editor at Fred's newspaper. Fred done arranged for the meeting. All we got to do is to convince him that you knows the subject of love from one end to the other. Yeah. Now, we got to convince him that up till the time that you become Juliet, you was Harlem's biggest Romeo.
Say that Mr. Brown here is familiar with all the phases of love and romance?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Henderson. This boy really knows his love stuff all right. His experience dates way back, too.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, why, even as a mere child, Mr. Henderson, 8 years old, the gals was mad about him. You know that kissing game post office where a gal asks a fella to deliver 2 letters in a package, which means 2 kisses and a hug?
Yes.
Well, Andy was known as the Christmas rush.
Yeah, after the first 2 post office parties I done went to, my mama marked me handled with care.
Well, you certainly started in young, Mr. Brown.
Oh, yeah, and not only that, Mr. Henderson, the boy has kept up studying about women's right through the years. Oh, he a great lover. Yeah, they call him Casablanca Brown. That's what they call him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I has done made it my life's work. If you can call it work.
Yeah.
All right, boys, it's a deal.
Good.
The column will start in the newspaper tomorrow, and as you say, it will be written as a woman, under the name of Julie Hart.
Yeah, but please make out my paychecks in the name of Andrew H. Brown. I want to wear pants when I goes to the bank.
Say, folks, remember that bride I was telling you about a while back? Well, you know, when she got married, she loved everything about her home. Loved taking care of it. Remember I told you how she loved to
cook? That's fun.
And she loved to
I've made a lot of things.
The only thing about the whole setup that she didn't like...
Absolutely hated.
Yes, wash day. That is, until she found out about Rinso.
What a discovery.
First thing she found out was how easy Rinso makes wash day. As little as a 10-minute soaking in those soapy rich suds, plus a few light rubs on extra soiled places, and they're ready to rinse. No trick at all.
Easy as a breeze.
And then there were the results. In a word...
wonderful.
Her trousseau linens, towels, sheets, and tablecloths.
And my husband's shirt.
Of course. All her whitewash came out of that Rinso washing dazzling Rinso white. And every pretty printed apron, all her gay-colored cottons, finest washable colors came out of that Rinso washing, sparkling Rinso bright. Stayed that way, too, safely, through dozens of Rinso washings. No wonder our bride spends wash day singing
Happy little wash day songs.
Ladies, why don't you change to Rinso now?
Come in, Kingfish, come in.
Yeah, well, how's my cute little Juliet this morning?
Oh, cut it out, will you, Kingfish?
Yes, I see you got a big stack of mail of letters there. Column going great, ain't it?
Yeah, the only thing is all the readers thinks I is a gal.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to think. Love Hints to the Lovesick by Juliet Hart. Sweet name you got there.
Oh, Kingfish. But look here, what one gal done sent me in appreciation for the advice I give her. A pair of silk stockings.
Give you a pair of silk stockings, huh?
Yeah.
If he wants to put them on, honey, I'll be glad to turn my back here.
Oh, cut out that talk, will you, Kingfish?
Okay, Anna, just kidding.
Well, look, I got to get down to work here. Let me see what this next letter is.
Yeah, read a letter here.
Say, Dear Juliet Hart, I would like to get a steady boyfriend. My mother thinks I'm very attractive. But I've heard through another party that the boys say I'm not attractive. What do you think? I am enclosing a full-length snapshot of myself, signed Hopeful.
Yeah, let me see the picture, Anna.
Here it is.
Yeah. Sure is a funny pose for a picture. Yeah, what you doing there, standing in them two satchels there?
Them is her feet.
Let me look again here. I thought them were satchels.
No, they is feet, all right.
Well, if she ever go in a hotel lobby, she better keep walking, because somebody liable to slap some labels on them.
Tell me, Kingfish, what you think of her figure?
Well, it's certainly different, all right, ain't it?
Yeah, she on the heavy side, ain't she? I'd say she weighed 20 more pounds than Madam Queen. What would that make her weigh, Kingfish?
Well, let's figure it out with simple arithmetic. 20 pounds more than Madam Queen, and Madam Queen weigh, and I think we're getting up into trigonometry here, son.
Yeah, forget it. The important thing is her face, anyhow.
Yeah, that's where romance pays off. Let's analyze the face.
Yeah, let me get a picture in the light here and get a good look at it. Yeah, the light don't help it none.
Yeah, just look at them eyebrows you got there. Yeah, them is the bushiest eyebrows I done ever see.
Yeah, they is kind of thick, ain't they?
Yeah, I guess every time she kisses a fella, he gets dusted off at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm going to write this gal and tell her that I didn't get her letter.
Yeah, that's the way to handle it, Annie. Well, I got to get on over to the lodge hall. I'll see you later. So long.
Yeah, so long. Now, let me see this letter here. Hello?
Could I speak to Mr. Brown that writes the Juliet Hart column?
I'm speaking. This is Juliet Hart.
Oh, fine. Mr. Brown, I'm the fashion editor of the newspaper, and I thought it would be a good idea to give Juliet Hart's advice on fashions and dress in my column.
Yeah, be glad to. You got a pad and pencil there?
Oh, I can take it in shorthand. You go right ahead.
Yeah, well, start off by saying... Wait a minute.
Oh, hello, Andy. Hi. I've been out of town for a week.
Yeah, well, sit down, Gabby. Sit down. I'm talking. Hello.
Go ahead. Anything about clothes or dresses?
Okay, let's see now. We has got to be up to date in everything. For instance, I personally won't wear nothing but the kind of shoes with the toes sticking out in the front.
Open-toed shoes? You sure getting fancy, Andy. You sure getting fancy.
Go right ahead. I'm getting it.
Yeah. And on account of only wearing open-toed shoes, I always have my pedicure gal put red polish on my toenails. I feel it makes them much more attractive.
Certainly been a lot of changes around here in the last week, ain't there?
Just a minute, Gabby, will you?
Go right ahead.
We must also pay a lot of attention to our hairdos. Now, to give you an idea of what the latest thing is, I was going to the beauty shop today.
I never thought that of you, Andy.
And I'm going to have my hair fixed in a beautiful upsweep with roses pinned on one side and a big rhinestone ornament pinned on the other.
This I gotta see.
Oh, that's fine, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
Is you gonna wear that stuff over or under your derby?
You think that's enough?
Oh, that'll be just about right. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And you're gonna be the sweetest man in town.
Listen, Gabby, since you've been gone, I was writing a love column for the newspaper. And I was supposed to be Juliet Hart.
Oh, I see. That really explains a few things that had me puzzled.
Yeah, well, I'm answering my mail now. Look here, I'll show you. Here's a letter. Let's see what this one is. Signed Brokenhearted. It's a Dear Juliet, I haven't seen my sweetheart for over 2 weeks. He promised to marry me and then never came back to see me again. I'm all broken up about it and haven't been able to sleep, eat, or work. What shall I do? Brokenhearted. Boy, that's a tough one. What would you do, Gabby?
Well, as a lawyer, I would advise her to sue the man for breach of promise, yes, indeed.
Breach of promise. Yeah, breach of promise. That's what I'll do.
After all, that's a very serious thing. Very serious thing. That's a violation of the banking commission.
The banking commission? How you figure?
Very simple, Andy, very simple. He refused to marry her when she was banking on it. That put her out of commission. That's banking commission if I ever had it.
Well, Andy, I'm sure happy you're making a success out of this column you got in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah, Amos. The thing's been going over 2 weeks now, and it's a big success. I was making $35 a week.
Oh, that's great, Andy.
Yeah, well, I better get back to this stack of letters here. They're coming in like wildfire.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of them there, all right. You better get busy and answer them, son.
Yeah, let me look through them here.
Yeah, let's hear them.
You know, Amos, this is the first time in my life I done ever had a job that I liked. It's the first time I ever been out of trouble, making good money, and I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm sure glad to hear that, Andy. I'm proud of you, son.
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Here's another letter from that Miss Brokenhearted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Gabby helped me answer the first one.
Yeah.
I think I told her to sue for breach of promise or something like that.
Yeah, what does it say, Andy? What'd you say?
Say here, Dear Juliet, you will never know how much I appreciate you writing me about my boyfriend who promised to marry me and walked out. I have talked it over with my family, and they agree with you.
Yeah, you sure know yourself all right, Andy.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Then she go on to say here, Juliet, dear, thank you again, and I am taking your advice. Today, I am starting the breach of promise suit against Andrew H. Brown.
Amos and Andy will be back in just a moment. What a combination, your washing machine and Soapy Rich Rinso. With as little as a 5-minute run per load, they'll get your clothes Rinso white and Rinso bright. Next time, make it a Rinso wash day and whistle while you wash.
Rinso white, happy little wash day song. Rinso white, birdies sing it all day long. Your clothes are so white and the color so bright, you sing as you work along. Rinso white, happy little wash day song.
And here are Amos and Andy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the horrible disease of infantile paralysis must be stamped out.
It can strike anywhere, the rich and the poor alike.
Join the March of Dimes. Help the fight against this dread disease by sending as much money as you can to the White House, Washington, D.C.
Be sure to be with us again next Friday evening at this same time when the makers of Rinso will again present the Amos and Andy Show, and you'll hear more about Andy's breach of promise suit. This program is broadcast to our armed forces all over the world. This is Harlow Wilcox saying good night to all of you from all of us, and reminding you, ladies, that the used fats you save in your kitchens are helping to shorten the war. They go into vitally needed ammunition, essential military medicines, important military supplies. So keep saving waste fats. Strain them and turn them in to your butcher regularly. You'll get 2 red points and 4 cents for every pound you turn in.
Are you there? Well, we're here.
Swan's a soap that's pure and gentle. Come on, swing to Swan.
Swan, the new white floating soap, presents the Burns and Allen Show with Paul Whiteman. Our singer, Jimmy Cash, your old friend Bill Goodwin, the 6 hits and a miss, and the stars of our show, George Burns and Gracie Allen. And now to the Burns house where we find George and Gracie.
Well, Gracie, isn't it nice to be back home again?
Oh, yes. Everybody's been so sweet to us. Wasn't that a wonderful homecoming party our neighbors gave us last night?
Say, that was quite a party.
Yes, I love those games we played. Wasn't it a ride when they blindfolded me and I tried to pin the tail on the donkey?
Yeah, it's a panic.
Oh, that reminds me, dear. Would you like another cushion under you?
No, thanks. I heal pretty fast.
And wasn't it fun when we took turns acting out famous events of history? They never did guess ours.
No, they didn't do that.
It was easy, too. The purchase of Manhattan Island from the Indians. I just stood there and you gave me $24.
That's right.
I can't understand why everybody thought it was Moses getting water out of a rock.
Well, neither can I.
Are you sure you don't want another cushion, dear?
No, what for?
Well, you're sitting there tilted.
I always sit that way.
I would have enjoyed the party last night a lot more if you hadn't been so mean to me, though.
I was mean to you?
Well,
When?
Remember when they wanted me to make a little speech because I was the guest of honor?
Yeah?
And I asked you to hold my plate of chicken salad and my cup of coffee?
Well, I held them, didn't I?
Well, yeah, but when I finished my speech, you were the only one who didn't applaud.
Gee, I'm a dog.
Oh. You never treated me that way before we were married. You used to be the sweetest, the most thoughtful man in the world. Every 10 minutes you tell me how beautiful I was.
Oh, don't I still do that?
No. And you don't realize that a woman loves to be told she's beautiful. Even women who aren't beautiful love to be told they are. Although there, of course, I'm only guessing.
From now on, I'll tell you you're beautiful.
Well, I should hope so. My goodness, it isn't as if I were asking you to lie to me.
Of course not, of course not.
Oh, now, you were cute when you courted me, though. You were so charming and so handsome. Of course, that was a long time ago.
Naturally, yes.
George.
Yes?
Do you remember our first date?
Uh-huh.
I was so excited. I was hoping you'd bring me flowers because Mama had such a lovely remembrance of her first date with Papa. He brought her flowers and she saved every one. She pressed them between the pages of a book.
She did, huh?
Uh-huh. You brought me chocolates, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see them today. I wish I could get that book open.
Gee, that box of chocolates certainly brings back memories. We just started keeping company then.
Mm-hmm.
I was in vaudeville playing Altoona.
Yes.
Right after the show, I'd rush back to New York to keep a date with you. I'd tell you all the jokes in the show, and you'd laugh and laugh.
Yeah. You said I was a lot different from the people in Altoona.
Well, I didn't bring them any chocolate.
Oh.
Yes. Hey, every time I came to see you, that tall fellow would always be sitting there. What was his name?
Oh, that was Joe Spencer, your rival.
Ah, Joe Spencer. What a rival. Flappy ears, big buck teeth, and no chin.
Yeah. For the longest time, I didn't know which one of you to marry.
It's a nice TL for me.
Remember how shy and backward Joe was? He was so bashful.
Mm-hmm.
He's married now and got 6 children.
Yeah, bashful, yeah.
Oh, were you crazy about me in those days? Remember every time we went to a restaurant, you'd take your spoon and write, roses are red, violets are blue, Gracie Allen, I love you, and the mashed potatoes.
Well, you got bigger helpings in those days.
Dear, we had so much fun when you used to take me out on dates. But now how do you treat me? Just like I was married to you.
But we are married. A preacher conducted a legal ceremony and pronounced us man and wife.
Well, he certainly killed a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, we were buddies.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if
Playmates.
Yes.
We were, yes.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if all...
You are my very dear friend.
Yes. Look, wouldn't it be wonderful if all married couples could recapture the thrill of their courtship?
Well, it certainly would.
Well, we can.
How?
Ask me for a date.
Gracie, that's silly.
Oh, please, George. After all, when you asked me to do something nice for you once I married you, didn't I?
Gracie, married people don't ask for dates.
Well, you're very mean, George. I just asked you for a simple little thing.
Well,
not like I'm asking for a mink coat or something or something like that.
Okay, I'll ask you for a date.
Oh, all right. But you, just like you used to, huh?
Okay. Honey, what are you doing tonight?
I'm busy.
You're busy?
Sure. I'm popular.
Well, I'm glad. Then you're going out with somebody else.
Oh, no, George, you didn't do it right. No. You have to go out and come in like you were coming from Altoona, like you used to, full of jokes and everything.
Look, Gracie, I'm a
Oh,
grown-up.
now, George Burns, please.
All right, I'll do it. At least that Joe Spencer with the buck teeth won't be sitting here.
Oh, still jealous, huh? Well, anyway, dear, count to 50 before you come in. I want a pencil little here.
All right. Well, I wonder if other husbands have to go through things like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Hello, George.
11. Hello, Bill. 12, 13, 14, 15.
You going out?
No, I'm coming back. 16, 17, 18, 19 from Altoona. 20, 21.
George, have you gone crazy?
No, 22, 23. You see, I'm not married to Gracie. I'm her boyfriend. 24, 25,
Oh, well, that
26,
clears it up completely.
27, 28. I thought you'd catch on. Go right in. 29, 30.
George.
What?
That's to you, 31, 32.
Wise guy. 33, 34, 35, 36. Oh, well, 49, 50. Let her sue me.
Why, look who's here, Josh Burns.
Well, here I am. Back from Altoona. Full of jokes and full of pep.
Oh, come on in. And just look who's sitting on the sofa.
I know, it's Bill Goodman.
No, it's Joe Spencer.
Oh, no.
Say, what's going on? Gracie told me I'm supposed to be Joe Spencer, but who's he?
Well, Joe Spencer and I used to be rivals for Gracie's hand. I guess you know who lost.
Yeah, Gracie.
Very comical. He screamed that
Good,
trouble.
well, come on, George. Ask me for a date.
Oh, all right. How about a date, baby?
Well, Joe was here first. Weren't you, Joe? Well, weren't you, Joe?
Oh, yeah, that's me, the rival. Gracie, don't go out with that broken-down comedian.
Broken down comedian? Why, I killed him in Altoona. They held me over for a second day. Gracie, go out with me and we'll have a million laughs. Get this one. Do you know how to make a Venetian blind?
Yeah, stick your finger in his eye.
Oh, he's so sure.
Gracie, go out with me and I'll come over every night and help you wash the dishes. And with Swan, the new white floating soap that's a regular suds and whiz. The soap that suds faster than other floating soaps, even in hard water.
Gracie, go out with me and you'll have a laugh a minute. Get this one. Do you know what fellow in the army wears the biggest hat?
The fellow with the biggest head.
Yeah.
Gracie, go out with me and I'll show you how Swan helps you with every soap and water job in your house. And you'll find that Swan will help keep your hands beautiful, too, because it's as mild as the finest Castile soap, pure as an angel.
Look, Gracie, I know a million gags. Get this for a buck. Did you hear the one about the absent-minded professor who got into his car,
stepped on his wife, and kissed the starter goodbye?
He's a screaming out to
Gracie, listen, go out with me and I'll show you how Swan breaks in two, so you can use half in the kitchen for your dishes and housework, and the other half in the bathroom for your tub or shower. What do you say, Gracie? It is a date?
Look, Gracie, I'm not going to keep this up all night. You're going out with me, or aren't you?
Oh, well, it's hard to decide. Let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think I'll go out with Mo.
Mo? Well, that's enough for Joe. Think I better blow.
Oh, don't forget to shut the door.
Joe!
Oh, go. Gracie, what was that Mo?
Oh, nothing. I just made that up to get rid of Joe.
Oh, I see.
Well, anyway, George, now you and I can go out together.
Yeah, that'll be swell.
Oh, George, this is going to be so much fun. It'll be just like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to a movie.
Yes.
And then we'll go to a restaurant. And then go dancing.
Yeah, just like it used to be.
And then... Oh, I almost forgot. Here's the money.
Oh, just like it used to be.
Here's the money, yeah.
This is Paul Whiteman. The boys and I have cooked up what we consider a rather tasty arrangement of Serenade in Blue. And it features the fine singing of Jimmy Cash. Jimmy, it's kind of up to you.
When I hear that serenade in blue, I'm somewhere in another world alone with you, sharing all the joys we used to know many moons ago. Once again your face comes back to me, just like the theme of some forgotten melody in the album of my memory, Serenade in Blue. It seems like only yesterday, a small cafe, a crowded floor, and as we dance the night away, I hear you say forevermore. And then the song became a sigh, forevermore became goodbye, but you remained in my heart. Oh, tell me, darling, is there still a spark, or only lonely ashes of the flame we knew? Should I go on whistling in the dark?
This is going to be so wonderful. We're actually going to have a date, and we won't let on we're married at all.
All right. We won't tell anybody we're married.
No.
Now go upstairs and get dressed.
Oh, I feel so young. I feel just like I'm 17.
Gracie, you look like you're 17. And I feel like I'm 19. How do I look?
Well, I'm going up to get dressed.
All right, so I look like I'm 20.
Anyone doesn't know to put my heart in beside them. And the one I love. Well, if it isn't Herman, my darling little ducky. Darling. Now, don't bother Mama, Herman. She has to powder her nose. Would you like to have Mama put some powder on your nose? Oh, you love it. Hold still. Hold still now. That's a good ducky. Well, most of it stayed on. Now settle down and go to sleep, darling. Mama's going out on a date tonight. What's a date? Well, that's what people go out on when they're courting. It's lots of fun. Well, of course ducks can have dates. Some night you'll have a date with a pretty little girl duck, and you'll sit on her front porch for hours and hours. And then you'll reach over and hold her wing. And she'll put her head on your shoulder and snuggle up real close, and you'll kiss her. And then you'll tell her good night and go home. You'll say good night and go home. Oh, honestly, Herman, there are times when I worry about you.
Gracie, aren't you ready yet?
Coming, dear. Good night, Herman. Well, how do I look?
Swell. But the seam in your stocking is crooked.
George, you mustn't look at my ankles. We're not married, you know.
All right, we're not married. Let's go. Well, where do you want to go?
Oh, well, now that's your problem. Mother always told me that when I had a date with a man, I should let him make all the decisions.
I see.
And she told me that I should do the same thing when I had a date with you.
Well, fine. All right, let's go bowling.
We go to a movie.
The man makes all the decisions.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you, Gracie.
Oh, it's Mrs. Fowler. Hello, Francis.
Oh, darling, I have the most amazing thing to tell you about Clara Bagley you ever heard in your life. You'll die. You'll absolutely perish.
Really? You know Judge, don't you, Francis?
Oh, yes, I met your husband. Well, now, you know, I'm the last one in the world to talk about anybody, Gracie.
Oh, but Judge isn't my husband. We're not married, you know.
But Clara Bagley's brother-in-law was in town last week, and without a doubt, You're not married.
Now, wait a minute, Mrs. Fowler. You see, you don't understand.
Well, I think I'm beginning to.
Oh, well, you see, we're waiting for Judge to become of age.
Well, for heaven's sake, what age are you waiting for him to become?
You see, we're only pretending.
Pretending? All these years?
Well, we're in no hurry. You know what I always say, rush in without fear and fools will tread on you, Angel.
Yeah, that's what she always says. Look, Mrs. Fowler, this was all Gracie's idea.
That's right. Blame the woman, you cad. Well, goodbye.
Cad? Now you've done it. Now that whole club of yours, they'll be going around and saying we're not married.
I never believe anything they say anyway.
Well, okay, come on, let's go to the movies.
All right, dear.
Well, what do you want to do? Want to take a bus or want to walk?
Oh, I'm your date, Judge. That's your problem. Oh, taxi! Taxi!
Fine. Taxi. What an idea this
Cab lady?
Oh, yes. The Paramount Theater, please. Get in, dear.
All the silly things.
Well, we're off. Isn't it thrilling, Judge?
Yes.
Well, Judge.
Yes?
Don't sit so far away. Come on, let's cuddle.
Gracie, let's not be silly.
Oh, well, darling, you don't think young couples drive in taxis just to go places, do you?
No, I suppose not.
Well, you can hold my hand if you like.
Gee, thanks, kid.
Oh, don't squeeze it too hard. Remember, I hardly know you.
All right, here's your hand back.
Oh, I didn't want you to do that. George, would you like to kiss me?
Oh, now, Gracie, please, this is...
Well, I think if you wanted to, I'd let you.
Look, Gracie, this is...
Hey, Mac, you know something?
What, driver?
I've been in this racket 17 years, and this is the first time I ever seen a man put up to battle.
You mind your own business or just keep driving. Darn, this silly idea anyway.
George, I think it's wonderful. I feel so unmarried.
Well, believe me, you acted too.
Oh, stop the car! Stop the car!
Stop the car? What's the matter? What happened?
Well, look at that beautiful dress in Magnum's window. Georgie.
Oh, no, I can't buy it for you. You're only my date, and we're not married, you know.
Georgie.
What?
How about a 10-minute furlough?
Oh, no.
With 6 hits and a miss, we've made an arrangement of one of the most charming of the currently popular tunes, Be Careful, It's My Heart.
It's my
not the book I lent you that you never return. Remember, it's my heart, the heart with which so willingly I part. It's yours to take, to keep or break, but please,
before you start,
be careful. It's my heart.
Days have left the movie theater and are strolling toward an ice cream parlor, just as they did on their first date together.
George, when we go in, will you order the same thing tonight you ordered for us on our first date?
No.
Oh, my, what a thrill I got when you said to the man, 1 vanilla soda with 2 straws, please.
Oh, I couldn't order a thing like that now, Gracie. It would embarrass me to death.
Well, you've got to. Everything must be exactly the same.
Oh, but Gracie, I'm a...
please, George.
Well, all right, come on.
Hello, folks. Sit right down here.
Thanks.
A very funny thing. 2 of those silly high school kids were just sitting there. What do you think they ordered? 1 soda with 2 straws. Did you ever hear of anything sillier? Oh, the whole time they were in here, I was trying to guess whether it was love or the 15 cents. Well, what would you folks like?
Who? Us?
Sure.
Well, tell him what we'd like, George.
Yeah, what do you want?
Bring us a vanilla soda and 2 straws.
Well, anyhow, with you, Bud, I don't have to do any guessing.
Oh, just get the soda, Bud. Never mind the conversation.
Okay, that was vanilla, wasn't it?
Yeah, vanilla.
Oh, you know, we serve a scoop of ice cream in our sodas.
So what?
So would you like 2 spoons, or will you wrestle her for that?
Why, for 2 cents, I jump over that counter and certainly
Oh, now,
give you...
George, remember, this is our first date. This is a wonderful idea of mine, isn't it?
Sensational.
No, honest, sweetheart, I wouldn't tell you that if I didn't mean it.
Oh, Mr. Goodwin. Well, George, look who just came in.
Oh, hello, George. Hello, Gracie.
Hello.
Oh, come on, sit down with us, Bill.
Hey, Bud, are these people friends of yours?
Well, what if they are?
Just a minute, I'll get you 2 more straws.
Oh, go.
Hey. George, Gracie, I want you to meet my fiancée. What'd you say your name was, dear?
Nancy Barr. Fiancé? Why, Joe Spencer, I'm ashamed of you.
Joe Spencer? Oh, you must be mistaken.
Oh, no, I'm not. I know him. I know his wife, and I know his 6 children.
His wife and his 6 children.
Well, now, wait a minute, honey. I can explain.
Never mind explaining. Joe Spencer, Why, this wolf here told me he was Bill Goodwin from the Swan Show.
Well, but I am, honey, honest. Look, Swan is the new white floating soap that's a baby gentle whiz for suds. See?
Oh, everybody knows that.
Well, now, wait, honey. I can tell you something about Swan that everybody doesn't know. Do you know that the Swan people will send you a swell encyclopedia, complete in 1 volume for only 25 cents in a Swan wrapper?
They will?
Yes. And not only that, this encyclopedia has exactly 832 pages, plus 8 pages of maps in color. And do they know that Swan's encyclopedia covers 15,000 subjects? Why, that's more than 1 million words on everything from A to Z, including art, science, history, and geography. Would I know that if I weren't Bill Goodwin?
Well, I know that, and I'm not Bill Goodwin.
Oh, yeah? But do you know that this encyclopedia contains a special March of Events section? A complete discussion of world events right up to September of this year.
Hey, Bud, how can you get this book?
Well, just send your 25 cents in a Swan wrapper to Swan, Box 25, Racine, Wisconsin.
Can anybody get one?
Sure. Anybody who sends a quarter in a Swan wrapper to Swan, Box 25, Racine, Wisconsin.
Can your wife and 6 children get one?
Oh, sure they can. All they have to do... My wife? Now, wait a minute. Look, Nancy, let's leave it to George Burns. He'll tell you I'm Bill Goodwin.
Well, I'd rather not get mixed up in this, Joe. You see, I...
Joe?
Don't you ever speak to me again.
Now look what you've done.
Oh, so what, Bill? There are plenty of girls.
Not like Nancy, George. She's different. She's the only girl I've met who isn't a riveter.
Nancy.
That'll be 15 cents for the soda, Bud. How much? 15 cents for the soda.
Well, there you are.
15 cents out of 15 cents.
Come on, Gracie, let's get out of here. Where would you like to go?
Well, that's your problem, dear. You work it out any way you like as long as we go for a walk in the park.
Walk in the park. Park is a mile long.
But it's so romantic.
It's after 11.
But there's a full moon.
I'm too tired.
Look, Daddy, you mind the fountain, I'll take
Oh,
it.
shut up. Gracie, we've been walking through this park for hours.
Here come a boy and girl with their arm around each other. Isn't that sweet?
Emily, the time has come when I must speak. I know I'm not worthy of you, Emily. Oh, I know I'm less than the dirt beneath your feet, but I can no longer remain silent. Tell me, Emily. I must know. Will you marry me? Will you, Emily? Will you, Emily?
Oh, wasn't that a beautiful proposal, George? You know, it reminds me of the way you proposed to me.
Did I say it like that?
Well, certainly. Oh, you changed 1 or 2 words, but it was the same beautiful thought.
Really?
Uh-huh. You took one of my little hands in yours, and you looked in my eyes, and you said, Gracie, we've been in vaudeville now for 2 years. And it's costing me plenty for separate hotel rooms. Let's get married.
Yeah, I was irresistible in those days. Let's sit down on this park bench. My feet are killing me.
All right. George, you know what?
What?
You haven't kissed me all evening.
Well...
Oh, you know, it was on a park bench just like this that you first kissed me.
Was it?
Don't you remember how it happened?
Well, not exactly.
Well, I'll show you. You had your arm around me. Well, go ahead. Put it around.
Okay.
And then you asked me for a kiss, and I said no. And then you stole a kiss anyway. Oh, go ahead. Steal one. And then...
Oh! Why, you almost broke my jaw.
Oh, remember now?
Oh, yeah, it all comes back. Come on, let's go home. I've had enough of this. Gee, I'm tired.
Well, home at last.
Uh-huh.
It's been a most enjoyable evening, Mr. Burns. Or may I call you George?
Call me George, call me Sam, call me anything. Let's go in the house. I'm tired.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Oh, now you can't come in. It's after 12.
But, Gracie, I live here.
Are you forgetting, dear? This is just a date.
Well, where am I going to sleep?
Well, you made the date, George. That's your problem. Good night.
Well, I just told folks that you won't forget to send for your encyclopedia. On the level, it's the biggest quarter's worth I ever saw. And say, if your children have school homework to do, they'll find this encyclopedia a real help. So why not send for one tonight? Just send your quarter and Swan wrapper to Swan, Box 25, Racine, Wisconsin. That's Swan, Box 25, Racine, Wisconsin. Do it tonight, huh? Remember, Swan now brings you 2 of radio's top shows, George Burns and Gracie Allen every Tuesday night, and Tommy Riggs and Betty Lou every Friday night on another network. And now till next week, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, I, Swan, how about you? Good night.